Gritty, this is what it's all about. Can you go that 1% harder than second place? Can you push beyond your limits? Now Taylor sits back down beside me. What's going on out there?
I don't know. They're just stressing about the pit stops. I know some girls can run over 2 hours. I can get to around 2:10, 2:12-ish if I want to push it like super hard, but they're so close right now. I heard Corey Steed's only 3 seconds behind Rachel Archer. I know Corey is, they're thinking like, does she have to pit? They can run it a little bit longer, but they don't know if they should stop her now when she's only 3 seconds behind, or see if she can make a pass and pit her later in the race. It's I don't know. They don't know what to do.
Copyrighted loop out. Will Becca Sheets do it? Here she comes now.
Becca Sheets is going to take the win.
We're going to move along. All right, guys, we're down here with Becca Sheets. Becca, last time around your home track, what better way to go out than with a win here today at the Burr Oak?
Yeah, it's awesome. This is the very first GNCC that I ever tried back in 2011, and this is the last time I'll probably race on this property, and so I knew it was going to be a little special weekend. And it didn't really matter where I finished, but I was, obviously I wanted to win, and I just put it together today. The dirt was so good, and my suspension was working really awesome, and you just kind of had to figure out the track, and it got better as the time went on because all the bike ruts got developed. We pushed through the dozer tracks and through the old quad ruts, and the track got better, and so I was just able to flow better by the time, the third lap came around, and yeah, I just really had fun out there.
WXC winner, wearing the number 1 plate aboard the Yamaha from right down the road here in Ohio.
Followed by 7:08. All right, Bryce Pullen in second place, but Bryce Pullen, because of timing and scoring adjustments, won the overall. Number 1, the 4x4 Pro here at the GNCC Burr Oak GNCC. And your early leader is going to be Cody Collier aboard the 823. But the big news of the day is Landon Wolf. All he has to do is come in second place today. Cody Collier can win as long as Landon Wolf is in second place. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Right there, it's a red number 1 plate. That's Landon Wolf. Big smile, you can see it all the way through the helmet. The win goes to Landon Wolf. You knew, I know that you know this, all you had to do was bring it home in second place and you win the championship. What was going through your mind, though?
Yeah, Cody was riding really well, and, I think he even had a little bit of an issue, but I was just chasing him. I knew I just had to get second. I didn't want to make any mistakes that would jeopardize that second place, so I was just kind of riding behind him. He followed a lapper into the fast line, and I was like, what's it hurt? Take the slow line. Lapper slowed down in the fast line. I swung right by him, and the rest was history. So, I wasn't really dying for that first because I knew I just needed that second, but we'll take what we can get.
Oh, for sure, man. Well, you really put it on him there. You really put an exclamation mark on your championship with this race win today. You won by over a minute over second place, so congratulations to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Caitlin Osborne, Hannah Hunter, and Tracy Pickens. Our WXC podium here at the Burr Oaks GNCC. Are you ready to go? GNCC right there! 10 seconds. It is Walker Fowler right behind him, the number 3 of the Cole train, Cole Richardson. Rounding the first turn, look at this. The 246 of Brandon Owens from Walker, West Virginia on the Pirate MX. Boost Racing Impact Solution back ride.
If you take a look at it right now, unofficially right now, we still see Walker Fowler out front, Cole Richardson in second, Jared McClure in third, Hunter Hart in fourth, Devin Feehan is now in fifth, Adam McGill is still sixth, Brandon Owens seventh. He is leading the XC2 Pro-Am class. Is he going to try to make that drive in there? Is he going to force the issue? Is he going to try to take the win from Walker Fowler as we hit the finish line chicanes in the final turns? And at the checker flag, it will be Walker Fowler taking win number 67, tying Bill Balance for second in the ATV, overall ATV wins. And of course with that, what a major accomplishment.
Right, Rod, now I'm down here with Walker Fowler. Walker, man, what an amazing race today. You were able to control the pace all day long. Tell me about it.
Got into a really good groove, and I started to pull on everybody, and ended up smashing a tree, bending the bumper, all the heck, and ended up right after that I hit a rock, and it blew the foot peg off a little bit, and I'm just like, well, this sucks. And man, Devin caught me, and it was just a dogfight that last 7 miles. I look back and I didn't see yellow, and I'm like, man, it's either Hunter got really dirty or there's another Yamaha, and I knew Cole was on his white bike, and I'm like, all right, it's either Devin or Glada. Glotta usually wears a weird helmet, and I'm like, man, if that's Devin Feehan, that is weird. Like, and I mean, he was all over me and using different lines, and I'm just like, man, I'm just gonna be so happy when this is over. And I knew if I could hold him off with about 3/4 of a mile to go, there wasn't anywhere to pass, and unless I made a mistake. And man, I hit that point, and I was just like, all right, just get to the top of the hill, get across the side here, don't hit any trees, don't do nothing stupid, bring it home for number 7, win number 67. We tie Bill Balance today in my home state of Ohio. Bunch of friends and family here, and a bunch of friends and family at home that couldn't make it either. But like, it's always really cool to win these things, but it's also a huge relief. But it's really pleasant to be rewarded for all the hard work and the dedication and the long nights and the long days, and it's tough for sure. And I'm so pumped right now. So thank you guys.
Devin, man, what a day for you. I mean, you didn't start out in second place. You had to work for it, and man, we saw an amazing pass out there. It got captured on film. You're going to have to watch the replay, but for now, just take me through your race real quick.
Yeah, it was, I had to be patient with this one. Just had to keep the leaders in sight, and rode with Hunter all day, which was really fun. We kept it, nice and close, which is exciting. So, man, just super thankful to get up here again. A lot of hard work, so got to thank my family and all of the sponsors that helped make it happen.
Yeah, Rodney down here with the Cole train himself. He was just telling me a little bit about his race. Cole, man, just tell the camera crew here exactly what you just told me.
We got off to a good start. This bike's been firing really good, and we felt really good running behind Walker there. He gapped me a little bit. I felt like we were both a little bit faster on different parts of the track, and then I don't know what happened. Kind of started to lose rear brakes there. I went to push them, and nothing was there. And Hunter and Devin were riding really well, caught up to me, and just couldn't get the bike pivoted on some lines there, and they got around me, and I just made a few mistakes. And then kind of after I pitted, I just tried to ride the rear brakes a little bit and see if they'd come back. They finally came back, and at that point it was like I don't know how far back we were, but just kind of slowly and steadily reeled those guys in, and ended up here.
Man, fantastic. I mean, that's a hard day. Job well done. Congratulations. We'll see you up there on the podium. But for now, appreciate your time.
Yep, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, 7-time GNCC champion Walker Fowler.
The sweet, sweet story of champagne.
On behalf of your GNCC Nation, you are indeed the XC2 Pro-Am 2021 National Champion.
you a heads up, we will be blowing the horn, I believe, at 2 o'clock. So that is putting us on a 30-minute delay, just FYI.
I want something else to get me through this semi-time kind of life. Baby, baby, I want something else. I'm not listening when you say something else to get me through this semi-time kind of life. Baby, baby, I want something else. I'm not listening when you say goodbye.
registration, please.
There it is, coming into the final 2 turns, and it is win number 8 in this 2021 championship season as he takes over the points lead here at the Burr Oak GNCC.
Points leader, what do you think about? One more question. Were you doing math in your head on the last lap, or were you just focused on winning that race?
I mean, I knew if I won, it was the white plate, but you know, it was still it's just another day. Like I think a lot of these guys put too much pressure on themselves. I've been there. I've done that. You know, the last thing I want to do is say that that's a life-changing event if I get this championship or not. That's what it is. I love racing. If I'm second, he wins, I'll still be happy. I'll still be riding my dirt bike, and I'll have a smile on my face. So, you know, I try not to think about it too much.
Well, there you go, folks. A smile on his face either way, but that smile may be just a little bit bigger right now with the win, and we'll get with our second-place finisher, Ben Kelly, in just a moment. We saw a lot of aggression out of you early in the race. You were up there pushing for the lead, and then we kind of saw some hand motions. We saw an extended pit stop. We saw some, you know, kicking to get some things straightened out. Tell us what was going on there, and what was your mindset at that point as you're watching the top guys kind of ride away from you?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just pretty mad about today. Had a good jump off the line and pushed my way right into first early. I was aggressive and did everything right, but had a crash kind of like a mile later, dropped back to third, and it is frustrating because, I don't know, I work so hard, and that's happened to me like 3 times. I feel like I've given it up this year, just stupid things happening, and yeah, I can't do that if I want to be a champion, so just mad at myself, but it's not over. I'm not worried, I'm just mad at myself, so 2 more races, and going to try to get the win there. I'm sick of Stu beating me and Shobo not there. I want to rub it in his face and get those wins, but hats off to him and everyone else out there. You know, everyone's riding good.
Jordan, we always say the politically correct answers, but I'm going to ask you the hard-hitting question. How bad do you want to win?
Pretty dang bad. You know, it's just frustrating because I led a lot today, most of the day, and I felt really comfortable all day, and then just a few mistakes back there in the pin section, and they slipped away, and they really wicked it up the last couple laps, and you know, we're just going to keep hunting them and doing our thing.
Another podium today, folks, for Jordan Ashburn. You know he wants that win bad, but he just keeps checking those boxes and getting ever so closer.
All righty, thanks a lot, Johnny. And again, congratulations to Jordan Ashburn on his 3rd place position finish today, as well as his stellar ride. And that guy right there, Stu Baylor, amazing ride for him as well, digging deep, as they all had to today to put themselves in the position they were in. But comes out on top, a 1-point lead as far as this championship points race is concerned. 2 more races to go before this one is in the history. 30 seconds away from going GNCC racing as our attention turns to Ricky towering up in turn number 1. And these 12 WXC ladies are all set and ready to roll in a matter of only 10 for our WXC here at the Burr Oak GNCC. Wow, what a jump off the line, but Mackenzie Trecker, the Aussie, really getting a great start.
It's coming down to the nitty-gritty. This is what it's all about. Can you go that 1% harder than second place? Can you push beyond your limits? Now Taylor sits back down beside me. What's going on out there?
I don't know. They're just stressing about their pit stops. I know some girls can run over 2 hours. I can get to around 2:10, 2:12-ish if I want to push it like super hard, but they're so close right now. I heard Corey Steed's only 3 seconds behind Rachel Archer. I know Corey is, they're thinking like, does she have to pit? They can run it a little bit longer, but they don't know if they should stop her now when she's only 3 seconds behind, or see if she can make a pass and pit her later in the race. It's I don't know, they don't know what to do.
Copyrighted loop out. Will Becca Sheets do it? Here she comes now.
Becca Sheets is gonna take the win.
We're going to move along. All right, guys, we're down here with Becca Sheets. Becca, last time around your home track, what better way to go out than with a win here today at the Burr Oak?
Yeah, it's awesome. This is the very first GNCC that I ever tried back in 2011, and this is the last time I'll probably race on this property, and so I knew it was going to be a little special weekend. And it didn't really matter where I finished, but I was, obviously I wanted to win, and I just put it together today. The dirt was so good, and my suspension was working really awesome, and you just kind of had to figure out the track, and it got better as the time went on because all the bike ruts got developed. We pushed through the dozer tracks and through the old quad ruts, and the track got better, and so I was just able to flow better by the time, the third lap came around, and yeah, I just really had fun out there.
WXC winner, wearing the #1 plate aboard the Yamaha from right down the road here in Ohio.
Followed by 708. All right, Bryce Pullen in second place, but Bryce Pullen, because of timing and scoring adjustments, won the overall.
the 4x4 Pro here at the GNCC Burr Oak GNCC. And your early leader is going to be Cody Collier aboard the 823.
But the big news of the day is Landon Wolf. All he has to do is come in second place today. Cody Collier can win as long as Landon Wolf is in second place. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Right there, it's a red number 1 plate. That's Landon Wolf. Big smile, you can see it all the way through the helmet. The win goes to Landon Wolf. You knew, I know that you know this, all you had to do was bring it home in second place and you win the championship. What was going through your mind, though?
Yeah, Cody was riding really well, and, I think he even had a little bit of an issue, but I was just chasing him. I knew I just had to get second. I didn't want to make any mistakes that would jeopardize that second place, so I was just kind of riding behind him. He followed a lapper into the fast line, and I was like, what's it hurt? Take the slow line. Lapper slowed down in the fast line. I swung right by him, and the rest was history. So, I wasn't really dying for that first because I knew I just needed that second, but we'll take what we can get.
Oh, for sure, man. Well, you really put it on him there. You really put an exclamation mark on your championship with this race win today. You won by over a minute over second place, so congratulations to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Caitlin Osborne, Hannah Hunter, and Tracy Pickens. Our WXC podium here at the Burr Oaks GNCC.
10 seconds before the start. At this point, all mechanics.
Are you ready to go? GNCC right there! 10 seconds. It is Walker Fowler right behind him, the number 3 of the Cole train, Cole Richardson. Rounding the first turn, look at this. The 246 of Brandon Owens from Walker, West Virginia on the Pirate MX Boost Racing Impact Solution back ride. If you take a look at it right now, unofficially right now, we still see Walker Fowler out front, Cole Richardson in second, Jared McClure in third, Hunter Hart in fourth, Devin Feehan is now in fifth, Adam McGill is still sixth, Brandon Owens seventh. He's leading the XC2 Pro-Am class. going to try to make that drive in there? Is he going to force the issue? Is he going to try to take the win from Walker Fowler as we hit the finish line chicanes in the final turns? And at the checker flag, it will be Walker Fowler taking win number 67, tying Bill Balance for second in the ATV, overall ATV wins. And of course with that, what a major accomplishment.
All right, Rodney, I'm down here with Walker Fowler. Walker, man, what an amazing race today. You were able to control the pace all day long. Tell me about it.
Got into a really good groove, and I started to pull on everybody, and ended up smashing a tree, bending the bumper, all the heck, and ended up right after that hit a rock, and it blew the foot peg off a little bit, and I'm just like, well, this sucks. And man, Devin caught me, and it was just a dogfight that last 7 miles. I look back and I didn't see yellow, and I'm like, man, it's either Hunter got really dirty or there's another Yamaha, and I knew Cole was on his white bike, and I'm like, all right, it's either Devin or Glada. Glada usually wears a weird helmet, and I'm like, man, if that's Devin Feehan, that is weird. Like, and I mean, he was all over me and using different lines, and I'm just like, man, I'm just gonna be so happy when this is over. And I knew if I could hold him off with about 3/4 of a mile to go, there wasn't anywhere to pass, and unless I made a mistake. And man, I hit that point, and I was just like, all right, just get to the top of the hill, get across the side here, don't hit any trees, don't do nothing stupid, bring it home for number 7, win number 67. We tie Bill Balance today in my home state of Ohio. Bunch of friends and family here, and a bunch of friends and family at home that couldn't make it either. But like, it's always really cool to win these things, but it's also a huge relief. But it's really pleasant to be rewarded for all the hard work and the dedication and the long nights and the long days, and it's tough for sure. And I'm so pumped right now, so thank you guys.
Devin, man, what a day for you. I mean, you didn't start out in second place. You had to work for it, and man, we saw an amazing pass out there. It got captured on film. You're going to have to watch the replay, but for now, just take me through your race real quick.
Yeah, it was, I had to be patient with this one. Just had to keep the leaders in sight, and rode with Hunter all day, which was really fun. We kept it, nice and close, which is exciting. So, man, just super thankful to get up here again. A lot of hard work, so got to thank my family and all of our sponsors that helped make it happen.
Yeah, Rodney, down here with the Cole train himself. He was just telling me a little bit about his race. Cole, man, just tell the camera crew here exactly what you just told me.
We got off to a good start. This bike's been firing really good, and we felt really good running behind Walker there. He gapped me a little bit. I felt like we were both a little bit faster on different parts of the track, and then I don't know what happened. Kind of started to lose rear brakes there. I went to push him, and nothing was there, and Hunter and Devin were riding really well, caught up to me, and just couldn't get the bike pivoted on some lines there, and they got around me, and I just made a few mistakes. And then kind of after I pitted, I just tried to ride the rear brakes a little bit and see if they'd come back. They finally came back, and at that point it was like I don't know how far back we were, but just kind of slowly and steadily reeled those guys in, and ended up here.
Man, fantastic. I mean, that's a hard day. Job well done. Congratulations. We'll see you up there on the podium, but for now, appreciate your time.
Yep, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, 7-time GNCC champion Walker Fowler.
The sweet, sweet play of Champlain.
On behalf of your GNCC nation, you are indeed the XC2 Pro-Am 2021 National Champion.
Well, I tell you, Ronnie, coming into this one today, I know you're probably carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders and maybe not even realizing that it was about to happen today.
October Saturday in West Virginia, and GNCC has invaded Newburgh and CJ Raceway for the Buckwheat 100. Plenty of rain fell from the sky last evening, which added to the challenge of a racetrack that doesn't need any more. It's rough out there, and track conditions will definitely play a part in the outcome of today's ATV racing action. Walker Fowler is coming off a win last round where he clinched his 7th consecutive GNCC championship. but the field is coming. Even without Bryce and Neal, Walker's had plenty of challengers this year. Hunter Hart has come on strong late and sits comfortably in second with a 22-point cushion over Jared McClure. But the story has been the push from the 406 Yamaha-mounted Devin Feehan. He is coming off 2 straight podium performances in his last 2 attempts and looks to continue his hot streak. Welcome to the penultimate round of GNCC Racing. We're ready to line him up and let him go. Catch it all next, live on Racer TV.
Are you ready to go GNCC Racing? Hello and welcome to America's Pre-Off-Road Racing Championship, the 2021 GNCC Series presented by Specialized and AM8 National Championship. I'm Rodney Tomlin along with Mikey Waynes, and today we come to you from Newburgh, West Virginia for the second running of the Buckwheat 100 GNCC. It's all being brought to you by AMSOIL, our friends here today, the first in synthetics. And Mikey, I tell you, what a great cozy place to be back at here in the hills of West Virginia, the mountains of West Virginia, I guess I should say. And man, the stage is set for a great weekend. Weather-wise, you know, it could be a little bit soft and sloppy in some places out there, but hey, you know, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. There are some forecasts of some possibilities of showers throughout the course of this weekend, so it could get very interesting. And coming off of a great and interesting weekend of racing there just a couple of weeks ago with the Burr Oak GNCC, and I'll tell you, Mikey, there was a lot kind of on the line, historically speaking, that day. Walker Fowler getting the whole shot there as we take a look at the Specialized race recap. And what he was on the verge of was his 67th win, which would tie him for Bill Balance in the champion, or in the most wins category, which puts him second behind Chris Borich. And then, of course, he could also capture his 7th GNCC title.
Yeah, it was obviously a monumental race for Walker Fowler, and it's one of those things that he's even said himself. He says, there's something about those milestone races for me that I can't get over that hump. We saw it for his 40th win. We saw it for his 50th, 60th, now the 67th. Hey, the monkey's off his back now. He's got to come out here. The championship's wrapped up for him, Rodney, so Walker can go out there and have some fun. If he gets win number 68, he surpasses Bill Balance. So there's some history here yet again today on race day.
And Burr Oak also brought us a lot of greatness as far as that battle for second place in the point standings right now. Hunter Hart finishing a few points back in that one, has a 22-point lead over Jared McClure, who also had some issues out there. I think the big thing at the Burr Oak was the 406 Devin Feehan and the closing moments of that race and what we saw taking place there.
Yeah, Devin Feehan is turning it on, and it's kind of like how we were speaking about Hunter Hart last season. I feel like that's where Devin Feehan is this season. And you look on that Specialized race recap, Rodney, we were talking about this off air of, hey, you want a textbook how to pass an off-road ATV racing 101. There you go. That was it right there. A stellar pass by Devin Feehan.
And it brought him eventually within the rear grab bar of Walker Fowler as Fowler fought for this win to, capture the championship and win number 67 as he came across the finish line. It was a historic race there as he did just exactly that, but it was a huge and monumental race for Devin Feehan as well. Second place, probably the best ride that rider's ever had.
Yeah, Devin Feehan putting together a couple of podiums here, and I got to say, I look to see Feehan, I look to see Hunter Hart podium these last 2 rounds for sure, and I think those guys are going to be up there battling with that guy who took the championship this year, Walker Fowler.
Yeah, Cole Richardson finishing up in 3rd. He had a stellar. He always seems to have stellar rides there at the Sunday Creek Raceway. Hunter Hart finishing up in 4th. Adam McGill, a top 5 finish for him, and saving grace for Hunter Hart there was that Jared McClure finishing up in that 6th place position, so he still got that little bit of buffer there as far as the number 2 plate is concerned in that one. As you look at the point standings, Walker Fowler nearly 300 points as we still have 2 rounds of racing left to go here before the championship season is over. The championship is wrapped up, but as we said, 22 points to separate them. Cole Richardson should have that 4th place position, but kind of interesting, you got the young gun of John Guada and Adam McGill battling it out for the final top 5 spot there, and they're only 1 point apart in that championship
race for 5th place right now.
The XC1, I think we're getting close to that. Walker Fowler's got plenty of years left. Don't get me wrong. I don't want him getting upset at me. But there's almost this, it seems like every other rider, when you look at the point standing, is like the old wily veteran, the young up-and-comer. So there's starting to be that changing of the guard, if you will, in the XC1 class. And you look at guys like John Glada. He hasn't, we've not mentioned his name a lot, but hey, he's in points, he's doing really well.
Yeah, he's had a really consistent season, and he's one that kind of caught my eye coming right out of booth ranks, and actually out of this XC2 Pro-Am class. We saw some great rides out of him in that, and then we've seen an amazing XC2 Pro-Am class this year on the four-wheel side of things as well. We've seen a lot of riders rise to new occasions. Kenny Schick has had a great season. Wyatt Wilkin, even though he sits 6 points, that's not an indication of what kind of season that rider has had, because he has been on fire. But Ronnie Rush, consistency, good rides, wins. It has all paid off for him and got him in that championship points race. Ben Kowalewski in that number 2 spot, and Tanner Walker. 8 points separating them right now, so that's kind of a tight race. Owens and Kenny Schick battling out for that 4th place position in points.
I got my eyes on Brandon Owens this week, Rodney. Let's go, Brandon. I think he can go out there and get that win this weekend.
You never know. He's certainly due one, and he's been riding like he needs one. And to see how he's going to try to make that happen, let's talk to Jared Bolton and get a look at this racetrack.
Thanks, guys. Here we are back at the Buckwheat 100. This was a new edition last year, and we thought, hey, everybody liked it so much, let's go back and try it again. Here we are once again, and boy, this one, I know you know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to mix it up this time. There's a little something for everyone dirt-wise. The dirt here is probably the most unique mix we've got all year. There's probably the most perfect, loamy, beautiful dirt I've ever seen in the state of West Virginia, mixed in with some of this black mud. There's even a little bit of sand in places, and guess what? If you like rocks, this place has got those too. The trails here, they're a little bit on the faster side. Nothing wide open except for the field sections. You get down the woods, it's a little twistier, kind of tighter for the quads, medium to fast speed for the bikes. But, like I said, the dirt is the biggest factor here. There's something for everybody when it comes to the dirt. And for me, that loamy brown dirt, oh my goodness. You could cook brownies with that stuff out there, eat it, and everybody would say, hey, that tastes like a pretty good brownie. So the biggest thing here is such a mix. Everybody's going to be having fun, and that's going to lead to some great racing. That championship battle from the bike side, that could get really, really interesting with the conditions we have this weekend. Those guys love this kind of stuff. A good mix, it'll make for some great racing. That's this weekend's track description. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Jared. And it looks like these guys have got a classic GNCC course that they're going to be faced with here today in West Virginia.
Rodney, the stage is set. We're going to get a word from some of our amazing sponsors, and when we come back, Rodney Tomlin will be down on the starting line for those iconic 10-second calls.
Rocky Mountain ATV MC, retailer, distributor, manufacturer, product developer, parts tester. This is what we do. But who we are is something much simpler. We're riders, like you. 100% employee owned and operated, a company built by riders, entirely for riders. Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready.
The directive: advance human performance beyond biological limitation.
This Racer TV broadcast is brought to you by Specialized Turbo e-bikes. It's you, only faster. And by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready. And welcome back to GNCC Live on RacerTV.com. I'm Rodney Tomlin, and of course the stage is set. And it is time for us to meet our starting lineup for this, the Buckwheat 100 GNCC. Riders going to the starting line in accordance to points today through the first 11 rounds of the 2021 GNCC Series. Enrolling to the line first today with 67 wins, ranked second in the all-time wins category, and now 7-time GNCC champion on the WFR GBC Tires Fly Racing Factory Yamaha, Walker Fowler. Rolling to the line today, second in points. He rides aboard the number 7 from Newfield, New York on the HHR Maxxis Fly Racing Yamaha, Hunter Hart. Third in points, riding aboard the number 4 from Casca, Pennsylvania on a JMR GBC Moose Racing backed Honda, the Sneaky Snake, Jared McClure. Fourth in points, riding aboard the number 3 from Edinburgh, Pennsylvania on an Action Off-Road Kenda Teely Energy Racing Yamaha, the Coltrane, Cole Richardson. Fifth in points, aboard the number 712 from Waxhaw, North Carolina on the Pierce Performance Fly Racing GBC Action Off-Road Yamaha, John Glada Jr. Ranked 6th in points, only a few points out of the top 5. Hailing from Waverly, West Virginia on the number 521 Overtires Moose Racing Parts Unlimited Honda, the Gator, Adam McGill. He is 7th in points, riding aboard the number 8 from Akron, Ohio on a Merit Racing B&R Motorsports GBC backed Yamaha, Josh Merritt. To the line next in 9th in points, fresh off his best race ever, finishing second on the rear grab bar of Walker Fowler just 2 weeks ago. From Windsor, New York on a Feehan Racing GBC Fly Racing 9.2 backed Yamaha, Devin Feehan. And 10th in points, riding aboard the number 5, a 6-time GNCC champion with 75 wins on the CBR GBC Action Off-Road Fly Racing backed Amsoil Suzuki, Chris Borich. The number 701 from Ithaca, New York on a custom Axis Gold Speed Hauser Racing Yamaha, Greg Covert. Aboard the 149 from Montrose, West Virginia on the Sturdivant Racing Yamaha, Brent Sturdivant. Number 703, last year's XC2 Pro Champion out of Petersburg, Indiana on the Action Off-Road Maxxis Demery Motorsports backed Yamaha, Austin Abney. And the number 13, celebrating his 27th year as an XC1 Pro from Aurora, Ohio on a GBC Fly Racing HMF Factory Yamaha, Johnny G. Johnny Gallagher. And that, ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup for this, the Amsoil Buckwheat 100 GNCC.
Our riders now making their way down to the starting line as this start sequence is about to get underway, as Johnny Gallagher finds the final position on the starting line. And it looks like he's eager to go. These conditions could play heavy favors in the veterans corner here today. We'll see whether or not he's able to pull one out as all attention turns to the first turn region, where Ricky Tower will be taking over the controls here in just a few moments, and set and ready to get the symphony playing as he will orchestrate this symphony of starts here in just a few moments. I'll tell you folks, it is music to the ears when you hear these machines heading into that first turn as Ricky signals these riders 1 minute. 1 minute before the start of the Buckwheat 100.
Ricky Towery will be giving a signal here in just a moment. The blue flag, that will signal 30 seconds before the start of the race. It will also be a dead engine call for all of our riders across the field. Blue flag is out. We're less than 30 seconds away. Shut them down, shut them down, shut them down, shut them down. And I got to ask you, West Virginia race fans, are you ready to go GNCC racing? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't hear that. I really didn't hear anything. Judd, if you could bring it down just a moment. West Virginia, we're in the heart of it all. I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you ready to go GNCC racing? 10 seconds. And row number 1, the XC1 Pro, will be off and rolling at the AMSOIL Buckwheat 100 GNCC. Heard a machine fire up before the green flag flew, but it's Walker Fowler out front. And I believe that could have been maybe Merritt in that number 2 spot as we turn our attention down to row 2 now, the XC2 Pro-Am class. Grayson Eller, Christian Meyer, Brandon Owens, Kenny Schick, Jay Shadron, Daniel Peters, Ben Kowalewski, TJ Barrett, Chase Allison, Wyatt Wilkin, Dylan Walraven, Ronnie Rush, and Tanner Walker in 10 seconds. .447, Ben Kowalewski, I believe, was the rider that grabbed that whole shot on that. As we go to the College A, Nathan Dearborn, Dalton Keys, Trey Redmond, Ethan Meyer, Trey Coulter, Wesley Wirtz, Jordan Burnett, Dominic Stevens, Keaton Henderson, Alex Tiemann, Seth Wilson, Lane McCormick, Zach Knight, Cody Forrester, Caden Ryan, and Steve Harrell in 10 seconds. .908. I believe that was Steve Harrell from Elk Ridge, Maryland, grabbing that early lead. Junior A 22+ class, Alan Blavos, Jeremy Ladon, Alex Alioff, Colton Kasuda, Tyler Bowman, Brad Enderall, Bryson Moahan, Travis Enderall, also Jonathan Cranbull, Jared Little, Brady Myers, and Brent Henke in 10 seconds. .317, Alex Elioff. Elioff taking the early lead in this one. Wow, Jeremy Ladon back in that number 2 spot aboard the 99. These guys mean business. Then A 30+ class, Big Papa P, Jeff Pickens, Brad Whitehead, Dirk DeCesar, Wes Kinsley, Brad Axling, James Green, Luke Reeves, Cody Holcomb, Michael Lancaster, Cody Stewart, and AJ Kuntz in 10 seconds. Brad Whitehead, the 29 from Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania, on an ECS Honda JMR Maxxis backed ride with the early lead. Down next to the Senior A 40+ class, Shane Worth, Stephen Kampler, Brian Foltz, Mark Batson, Zachary Phillips, Chris Conklin, Todd Muscala, the Marlboro Man, and Brian Shaw. 10 seconds. .828, Brian Shaw from Harrisville, Pennsylvania, on the Shaw Excavating MEK Racing backed ride. To the College B 16 to 21-year-old Jacob Fleming, Alex Nelson, Trevor Furby, Paxton Dickerson, Connor Brandt, Jeremy Koger, Connor Adair, Briggs Lazelle. 10 seconds. Hayden Hunter, Cody McCauley, Dylan Signorella, also Sam Zambati, Trenton Rupert, Riley Salek, Parker Henderson, Ian Burns, Denton White, John Ashcraft, Christopher Howard, Donnie Abrams, Stewart Cooper Stewart, Colton Dobbs, Damian Greisop, William Walden, Josh Turner, Gavin Temple. Also, DJ Mallow, Chance Hickey, Richard Williams, Ben Neville, Michael Worth, and Mason Howard. 32 riders off that starting line. Junior B, 22 plus with 23 riders. Corey Pancake, Shane McMillan, Scott Lewis, Nick May, Zachary DeNoble, Cody Bowles, Tyler Foster, Dalton Lee, David Whitaker. Also Robbie Rosenberger, Cody Bosbach, Justin Cotter, William Wallace, Eric Kroger, Stephen Hannum, Michael Isaacson, Ethan Helbig, also Joseph Murphy, Brandon Douglas, Levi Myers, Travis Blanish, Nicholas Blaney, and Henry Moore. A little incident there in turn 2, getting that cleaned up. Our rider all right, getting the machine fired up and taking out the banners. He's good, and we're good. It's all ready to roll in 10 seconds. .409, Eric Kroger, old Big Krog himself. Big Krog Performance, Hilltop Motorsports, and Spider Graphics grabbing the early lead there, it looked like. As we go to the Vet B 30-plus class, David Kite, Nathan Tickle, Taylor Lazelle, Ryan Simmons, Travis Jones, Ben Dunlap, Kelby Arbogast, Tim White, Ryan Lacrone, and Adam Derrick in 10 seconds. .344, Ryan Simmons from Morgantown, West Virginia on the All-American Racing, Lancaster Racing Pro Graphics back machine. Senior B 40 plus, I believe it's our last row here this afternoon. Scott Wilhelm, Steve Combs, Chad Judy, Douglas Bailey, Jason Disco, Richard Sievers, Ricky Lewis, Ivo Pahalik, also Jason Rude, Rick Marino, Bobby McCauley, Dave Ashby, Adam Wells, Lyle Morrison, Robert Stevens, and Richie McCauley in 10 seconds. .508, maybe that might have been Dave Ashby out of Amity, Pennsylvania, but that's going to wrap it up. Well over 150 riders now traversing the muddy and moist trails of Preston County, West Virginia, in this Buckwheat 100 GNCC. And of course, we'll be back with more. The big question is, Walker Fowler out front. He's got 7 championship titles to his credit. Will someone try to rise to the occasion? What about that battle between some of the young guns? Who's going to come out on top? Stick around to find out. GNCC continues after this.
Rocky Mountain ATV MC, retailer, distributor, manufacturer, product developer, parts tester. This is what we do, but who we are is something much simpler. We're riders, like you. 100% employee owned and operated, a company built by riders, entirely for riders. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready.
The directive: advance human performance beyond biological limitation.
Yeah. Hope for the best.
You hope for the best. I don't know. I mean, that would be nice to get, but if I stood a chance of getting a new set of Method race wheels. That right there in itself is pretty awesome, and that's for your trucks. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen them on vehicles or not.
Oh, yeah, they look
wow.
good. They look real good. What can they show me in a transmission for a 2017 Silverado? That's what I need right now.
They can show you to the nearest transmission shop, I imagine.
That's what I'm looking. But I could put some Method race wheels on my rental. I got a Ford Fusion out there.
Oh, that looks good.
I'm probably going to need something with some knobbies on it to get out of here. It's going to be an interesting evening, to say the least.
I love this uniqueness of the West Virginia coal pile that we have here.
That's,
and for anybody that's not from West Virginia or around this area and doesn't recognize or realize the importance of the coal industry in this area is amazing. This is where I come from, the coal fields of West Virginia. My father was a coal miner. He mined all of his life, and we moved to southeastern Ohio when I was just probably 5 years old, just getting ready to turn 5 years old. And then he worked in the coal mines in southeastern Ohio as well. But I think this coal pile is just a great shot, and it's a great tribute, I think, to the great state of West Virginia as well.
That's as WV as it gets right there.
Right there, yeah.
That's it.
And I was noticing, I don't know if you folks know, but the starting line, where the starting line is located this year, if you notice that rich, dark soil down there, that actually was a forest area. They cleared that area, the whole hillside, the lower area and everything, just so they could put the start down there. I mean, the folks here at CJ Raceway saw that. But I noticed that there's a lot of coal in the soil, a lot of that slag-type coal that obviously is an indication that you are into West Virginia. So looks like Walker Fowler out front. We just got that update. West Virginia's own Adam McGill into the number 2 spot, and Hunter Hart now back in the number 3 position, Mikey Waynes. And, that number 2 spot that we keep talking about, the number 2 for next year, 21-point deficit that Hunter Hart has over Jared McClure. And, we were looking at last race results, both riders having subpar results as far as what we've seen them be able to produce on many different occasions this year. A 4th, I think, last race for Hunter Hart, and a 7th for Jared McClure. But looks like Hunter's gotten off to a pretty strong start here. And the one thing that we got to remember, if Jared McClure's in a decent position right now, it's only going to get better as the race wears on.
Yeah, that nails McClure on the nose right there for sure. And he sneak up on him. He is a sneaky snake. See if he's coming out, or the Cobra, just go out there and send it right from the start. But it's interesting to talk about, Hunter Hart this last race finished 4th. There was a time when we would talk about, wow, Hunter Hart finished 4th. What a great ride!
Right.
I mean, he wears
and now
has
we
the
say
number
subpar.
7, and now it's gotten to that point where it's no, Hunter, we kind of expect to see you on the podium now, and I know that's what he expects of himself too.
You as a rider, Cody, I'm sure you feel that pressure too. I mean, if you're not up front winning or getting second place position, or at least a podium position finish, and you probably even in your case a 3rd place is something that you just really don't want in your world, right? I know your mentality, and I know your personality.
Yeah. It's you set expectations to yourself. Everyone outside of you has their expectations to do the drama and all that to see how you want to do. But you have your own expectations. You should be like, I should be a top 5 guy, and once you start being a top 5 guy, you're just like, all right, I need to be a top 3 guy, and then you start hitting those top 3s, and it just. You just got to want it, you got to be hungry for it, and got to keep learning.
And I think, if Hunter heard us talking about it, he'd be saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You say, you're right, guys. Thanks for the jab or the inspiration, poke along. But, I think he recognized that. I mean, he wasn't happy with that finish after the last race.
Last race, he was actually battling with Feehan up until about 2 miles before the finish there in that wild battle, and Hunter actually ended up taking a spill and losing that time. He should have ended up 3rd right behind Feehan, if not. Possibly have gotten around him at some point in that race. But he was had 3rd dead to rights until he had that mistake and that get off. But, he's putting himself in that position. He does have that mindset, barring a mistake last round.
Now as we look at the Adam McGill, what is it about West Virginia that brings the Gator alive?
The energy.
Yeah, I mean, is it the crowd is definitely on
home field advantage. I don't get the home field advantage thing with some. It gets you in the mood and brings that energy. And it gets you ready to roll. You want it. It makes you hungry.
How epic would it be to watch McGill in West Virginia pass Walker Fowler in the coal? I mean, come on.
That would be awesome. Well, they're coming, and we should be seeing them right about
Yeah, everyone's running to the cool mile. They're coming through soon.
Buck's soul brother.
You know, here they are.
That's it.
Right
Walker
about
out
now.
front.
There they are.
Yeah, they're all close. I think that's McClure in third, and then
different line choices.
Yeah.
Is he going for it? That's the slower line you said, right?
It's smoother. That the line that everyone's hitting has a lot of deeper holes, and it's a lot harder impacts. And that line on the right's a little smoother.
Well, I can understand. I mean, the age is starting to creep up on Abigail, so I would want to take it easier too. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding about me personally, but for him. Wow. So you can see this is an old working old work zone. Some of the old equipment out there, the graveyard, if you will, out here by the schlag pile.
There's got a few vehicles out there.
The Monster Mile again. We said it before.
Here's XC2 already.
Wow.
That's Ben Kay, and I believe that's Wyatt Wilkin already on screen.
That's fact.
Yeah, so we talked about that earlier. Ben Kadaleski, being up front on the adjusted time. But, we were saying, hey, that's common to see with those abbreviated first laps. But, hey, I think Ben and Wyatt are hanging with these guys.
That was actually Brent Sertivant from XC1. He has already gotten around. There's Wyatt Wilkin and I believe Brandon Owens, second and third in XC2 right there.
So he's really on rails right now.
Yeah, he's pulled a little bit of a gap on Wyatt and gotten around one of the XC1 guys.
Man, I guess Kadaleski, he's ready to fire off. I think he's a little fired up about this championship with Ronnie Rush and all that. He was wanting that, and he really wanting to show what he's made of here in these last couple of rounds, I guess.
And here's Mr. 9-2, Tanner Walker, coming through. Ben Kay got off to that great start today and just been on fire ever since. We got that whole shot and
he's gotten hole shots before, hasn't he? I mean, this year, I can't recall how many. It's not very many. It seems like Ronnie's been the hole shot artist in that XC2 class so far this year. But, man, when they went into that, I don't know if you were paying attention, but when they shot across that, out of that second turn into turn 3, I mean, it was man on a mission. He had like 8 bike lengths ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, he had 4 rolling through right there real tight. Get a good look at him here.
Well, there's some of that sloppy wet water that we can see down there. So there's some areas that's probably not going to dry out.
Well, they're the first people to hit this. They cut off this section up for us to leave it fresh for the PM race. We were supposed to run this, but after all the rain, they decided to give them at least one clean field section for them to have fun in. So they're going to have to build in the ruts on this section, but the other section, 200 quads have 400 laps on it, so they'll have some good berms and see the lines throughout there. This is all soft and fresh for them.
Feehan's looking forward to this. He's saying, hey, I gave you guys a picturesque pass last weekend.
Right.
I'm going to do it again this weekend.
Feehan looked like he was about 8th or 9th on that first shot. He's got a long way to go.
Yeah, it's got him back in 7th in class, actually, at the end of that first abbreviated lap there. As we see, was that McClure ahead of?
Yeah. He was ahead of him in the cool shot.
Okay, missed that then. So McClure around. So that's the battle right there. We're watching for second overall. The one thing is, Hunter does have a 21-point cushion, but he's also got a lot of pride, just like anybody else. He doesn't want to come up short as he's trying to sneak his way around the snake right now.
Outside, inside, every corner, just seeing if he can get a drive.
And I love these. Oh, we got a pass.
There's a drive up front. Heat on Walker Fowler right now.
Man, when's the last time you've seen Adam McGill put this much pressure on Walker Fowler like this?
You can hear him. We can hear him going past the TV booth.
They're right outside, right down below. That was that 8-mile marker right behind the starting line there that we were looking at there just a second ago. But I'm telling you, man, he wants to. I mean, Adam McGill's racing to win right now. I mean, that's exactly what he's doing. And, you can always say, and I don't think physical fitness has anything to do with it for Adam McGill. It's all about the heart whenever he goes out there and rides.
It seems like it. And it'd be interesting to see how Walker Fowler handles it, because we've heard times of Walker saying, hey, I wasn't comfortable with Bryson Neal, for example. I wasn't really comfortable running that pace, so I thought I'm going to let Bryson run out front for a little bit and see what he does, an hour from now. So it'll be interesting to see if Walker wants to hang there with Adam, or if the pesky gator's doesn't quit biting you, just go ahead, buddy. I've got the championship wrapped up. I'll catch you somewhere.
There you go. Walker at this point don't have anything to prove other than he would like to take win number 68, sure. I believe it would be here.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, and that would put him second in the all-time wins record in the ATV records. So that would be another record-breaking moment here this weekend.
It's wild. So does that count as a milestone? We talked about that, passing and Walker Fowler's. Hey, man, it took me forever. That 40th win was elusive. That 50th, that 60th, the 67th. So 68, another one of those wins where Walker gets in his head and he's thinking, oh, my goodness, I'm going to pass Bill Balance. This is wild. Pressure's on me. And then he ends up second, third on the day.
Hey, that's a very good point, Mikey. I never even looked at it like that.
And that's not me speculating.
No.
That's from the mouth of Walker. He said that himself. He's like, I kind of get in my own head looking at, the record book and the wins and things like that.
Yeah, and I guess I can understand why so. I mean, you probably put a lot of pressure on yourself, don't you, Cody?
I take it race by race and just try to focus on my ride and run the best race I can. I've unfortunately had a lot of weird mechanicals and unfortunate events this year, but I believe today was my 6th win and 8 finishes this year. So,
really?
Yeah.
Wow,
and snowshoe, I got 2nd place and had an incident with another rider in my class and lost 3 minutes on that first lap, and still ended up 2nd on the day.
How was Landon able to get the win away from you like that? I mean, you guys were really going at it this year. Then, huh?
I have so many mechanicals. I have so many 10ths, 11ths on my. It's killing me. My finish, I'm right there. Every time I've broken, me and Landon have been touching, and I was in the lead and just. So.
Got to be a heartbreaker, though. I bet, right?
Yeah, it's tough. I know I'm there, right with pace every single race. Just some things out of my hands. I feel like we're doing really good on the prep. Just weird stuff happening to me. We're trying to get all the no bad luck. Trying to get rid of the bad luck.
Gives you the fire to keep coming back, though, and coming back, fighting hard, and that's what we like. Congratulations, though, to Landon on that 4x4 Pro Class Championship, and I can only expect that next year's only going to be more interesting. I mean, not only you and him now, we're starting to see that 4x4 Pro Class really start to.
Frazier impressed me today. Yeah. There was kind of a tricky track. It was hard to really push the pace with how soft it was. The 4x4s will blow through the berms, and then where it's real shiny, our friends were really pushing out there today. But he rode an awesome race. I set a really good pace, so I felt comfortable about max pace. I felt comfortable at with how tricky the track was, and he rode a great ride. And then had an unfortunate mechanical on his bike, hit limp mode for a little bit, and got straightened back out. So ended up 2nd on the day. Yeah, looking for Frazier to really step it up in the next year or two, and be right there with me and Landon about every race.
Yeah,
he looks great.
Well, a little sloppy on the backside of that start line right there coming into that turn, but that'll be interesting to see how that works out, that turn right there, to be honest with you, as riders coming down this hill. And again, looking at that embankment, you don't recognize how, well, maybe at that shot right there, you might see how steep that hillside is that those riders are riding down right there.
A lot of elevation here. A lot of really cool elevation. I like how the track, they use the elevation. You'll ride edges for a little bit. They did a great job with the track. I had a lot of fun out there today.
Wow, speaking of, I never recognized that. Look at that. I love that high-low thing that we got going on there, too. I hadn't been out to that section of the racetrack, but great drone coverage by our Yamaha Live drone here once again today, getting a great perspective on what our course is looking like. And it's still our top 4. No, that's still Walker out front, I believe, as we chicane through.
Yeah, so no changes so far.
Yeah, that's Hunter with that red helmet. I was trying to pick out, because I knew we were going to be seeing a lot of drone coverage. And I looked up, and you got Chris Borge and Hunter Hart both on yellow ATVs, both riding the exact same gear. The only difference was Chris Borge had a white helmet, Hunter Hart had a red helmet. I picked up on a few things from Johnny Gallagher and a few of the boys over the last couple of years on this stuff. And Walker, you ask yourself at this particular point, could Walker stretch the lead out and put some distance between himself and these guys? And theoretically, I'm going to say yes, he could, but realistically, what's the purpose right now? As long as he can keep them behind him, there's really not much use to push so hard. And like you pointed out, Mikey, he's got that 7th championship in the bag. So nothing doing as far as the champion. So he doesn't have any pressure to keep going on. So right now, Walker doesn't need to be out front. And obviously, he wasn't listening to us, and he's not trying to beat these guys. By
trying to stay out of the roost.
Yeah,
see out between the front. You can see that number 1. You can't see any other numbers out there.
Man, that looks like a fun part of the track right now.
Oh yeah, that last mile or so is a lot of switchbacks and cutting back and forth and rolling across the hills. A lot of really cool elevation. I love how they use it out here.
I know it looks a little shiny, but I almost have to think that that's got a little stick to it too. So I mean, you'd be just like running rails through there if you.
Oh yeah, where it's shiny, it's slick, but that dark stuff has nothing but traction. And if you slide too much into it, you can hook, and it's hard to find that fine line with it. Try not to slide into it at the wrong angle.
Looking back through the pack, I saw Chris Borch going through there. I don't think I seen him going through the finish line there a few moments ago, though. So. Be interesting when the guys finish up, see where all of our, there he is, I'm sorry, I missed him. He is in 13th place overall. As mentioned, several of our XC2 Pro-Am riders getting those top 10 honors, and as you said, Ben Kowalewski leading by less than 1 second on adjusted time there at the end of that first abbreviated lap. We'll see how that continues to pan out as 2 laps in the history books now. Walker Fowler, Adam McGill, Jared McClure, Hunter Hart checking in a 31.08 for both Walker Fowler and Adam McGill, and about almost 0.8 of a second faster for McGill as he is now 1 second behind. Jared McClure running in the number 3 spot, 1.4 seconds behind Adam McGill, and Hunter Hart 1.5 seconds behind Jared McClure in that 4th place position. Then you got Cole Richardson checking in 5th. In 6th, Devin Feehan, John Glotta 7th, Josh Merritt in 8th, Chris Borch in that number 9 spot. And now is when we wait for our XC2 riders. Austin Abney, by the way, checking in the number 10 spot, and our XC2 Pro-Am rider should be checking in just a moment, and we'll be getting an idea of where they are sitting in the overall. Greg Covert, by the way, is 11th in the XC1 Pro class after 2 laps of racing complete.
Looks like they stopped Merritt there. Looks like they think Merritt jumped the start and held him for 30 seconds.
I'm pretty sure that was him that did that. I heard the machine fire up, and then it never did shut off, and then everybody took off. And I think what Josh.
So this happened to me like 3 or 4 years ago at Unadilla. I jumped the start, turned it off, and then took back off after everyone, and they still docked me.
Yep.
Any misfires and misfires. So I don't blame Josh for just taking it, and he's going to get the 30-second dock anyways.
Of it right now, and you see, all the way to the right. Yeah. That's the number 8, and he fires up just maybe it might have been a full second early. And then he took off a fraction of a second earlier than everybody else. And you know, of the mindset of that, just like you said, and I'm sure a lot of people have talked it over, you know,
if they're going to dock you, just go. If they're going to dock you either way.
Also, though, at the severity of the penalty, they have an option to go 15 or 30 seconds, depending on.
They gave me 30, and I took off dead last, so I'm going from now on.
Well, I can understand that. So, and I would imagine they probably gave him 30 there as well. And with that being said, that's going to change his positioning up. I think here in the early part of the race, or as we approach the midway point now, man, it's hard to believe we are now almost a little over 41 minutes into this race already, and it's going by pretty quick. But so some things to ponder on here. And the one thing that I'm pondering on is those XC2 Pro-Am riders.
Owens.
Yep, Brandon Owens has taken over the lead. He is 10th place overall. Wyatt Wilkins, 2nd place position. And Tanner Walker now, I believe, would be your 3rd place position rider in that. So, wow, what happened to your early leader in that?
I'm hoping mechanical, but it's so slick out there today. It's really hard to push that edge, and I hope he didn't make a mistake out there.
You know, I see Grayson Eller rounding out the top 20 there just a moment ago. Up to 18th now as he checks in with 2 laps complete. Congratulations to Grayson and the Phoenix Racing team. Joel Hetrick going out to Works Racing last week. He took the win, I think, both Saturday and Sunday in the Premier class in Works Racing. Grayson raced in the Open class on Saturday. took the win in the class. I believe he got 4th overall, and then he raced the Pro-Am class on Sunday and took 3rd overall. So looks like Grayson's pretty good on the works course, as is Joel Hunter from AMA Pro ATV Motocross
Joel's
Championship.
fast no matter what.
Yeah, that's true. He's fast out here.
A motor.
He's fast out here, and I have to think if he would race a few of these, he would be a threat and a contender for a win time and time again here in GNCC. But watching these riders roll now, as still watching the front 4, and you see riders now. That 4th place rider, it looked like Hunter Hart actually getting out in some of that grass, and the reason is it's probably a little better traction out there. What do you think?
Yeah, I actually use that line out in my race. I like to getting out on that bank. You can just let her eat around the outside, and you don't got no worry about losing traction out there.
So the track, I think, is really starting to track up nice here. Now we've got a lap or so on it, and it's had a little time for what water did fall to settle in. So these riders, I think we're going to see a little faster lap times.
They're finally on a section of the course they've already ridden that first. They had that first 2 miles, and then now that they're running on track they're familiar with, I think you're going to see Walker start picking away. Here's Hunter around the outside. He's going to get him. It turns left right there into the woods. Hunter has the inside. Hunter's going to be ahead of McClure, I almost guarantee it, after that shot.
Wow, good move for Hunter Hart. It looks like going to take over that 3rd place position. Striking right at the exact right time. But yeah, as you were talking there, I watched Walker Fowler start to stretch things out, and what we were saying just 5 minutes ago about how tight it was and how these guys, rising to the occasion. I think that maybe that first lap he was just trying to get through that first lap, and we'll see though. We'll see what the rest of this lap brings. There's Fowler out now. There's second. Look at this already. Hunter Hart is trying to reel in, and believe me, the 521 of Adam McGill knows exactly who is behind him and knows just exactly how close he is. So now I think we're going to see Adam McGill go from an attack mode of trying to keep up with Walker to just trying to keep Hunter behind him at this point.
Yeah, maybe he just want to get out of that roost zone for the field. He's going to take a little breather and then get back into it in the woods. Maybe Walker just did just put the hammer down. But yeah, it would be interesting to see how it goes.
All righty, let's head down into the oh, I thought you said send it to Blake, and I was like, okay, all right, sounds good. It's like, who's Blake? But anyway, folks, we got a good one going right now. Walker Fowler leading Adam McGill. Hunter Hart just made the pass into 3rd place around Jared McClure, for whom he battles for the number 2 plate. We are now 45 minutes into this one, folks, and a lot still to go. Stick around. GNCC Live continues from the Buckwheat 100 after this.
Even when you're the best, you never stop striving to be better. With over 40 years of experience in motorcycle sales and service, we know racing. Our inventory of Yamaha motorcycles, sport bikes, dirt bikes, ATVs, and side-by-sides is extensive and constantly changing. Stop by LoJack Cycle Sales today in Tarentum, Pennsylvania, and visit our online inventory at www.lojacks.com. Yamaha YZs. It's why we ride.
Hi, my name is Andrea Lieb, the director of On Track School. How would you like to go to a school where we take into consideration how students learn best? Well, we do that because we find if we can build the curriculum around the things you are interested in, you're going to do a better job. The mission at On Track School is that educational success is possible while chasing your dreams. Not only will our staff help students to achieve success, they will cheer you on to the finish line. We encourage you to check out On Track School at ontrackschool.com, where we can help you chase your dreams and still get a quality education.
We are American motorcyclists. We are members of the American Motorcyclist Association. Racers, fans, and crew. We come together for this sport we love, to race together, to grow together. We start young and not so young. We race motorcycles and ATVs. We become friends, we become family. We compete for weekend bragging rights and national championships. We make memories on the toughest off-road courses in the country and on the best motocross tracks in the world. Some of us aspire to the speed and poise of road racing or the fierce competitiveness of American flat track, and we honor our greatest champions in the AMA Motorcycle Hall of Fame. Through it all, we cheer, we win, and we lose. We are racing. We are the AMA. Race with us. Be part of the greatest sport in the world. Be an American motorcyclist. Join us today at www.amajoin.com/join-now.
Brown's RV Superstore is family owned and operated and stake their reputation on offering you the finest RVs available in their McBee, South Carolina RV dealership. Brown's RV Superstore carries motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers, and keep a huge inventory of new and used RVs in stock for you to choose from. They offer top dollar for your RV trade-in and help you get the RV financing you need. As a part of the GNCC family, Brown's RV Superstore, in partnership with Vengeance Toy Haulers, offers sponsorship packages for every level of racer with discounts and continued savings on your new toy hauler. Brown's RV Superstore has dedicated themselves to complete customer satisfaction, specializing in providing a positive start to your RV adventure. They look forward to customers coming back to share their tales from the road. Call Brown's RV Superstore today at 877-805-3658 or visit their website at brownsrvsuperstore.com, where family fun begins.
and welcome back to GNCC Live. The Gator, Adam McGill, man, I tell you, certainly an icon in the sport. Don't make many like him, and it's probably a good thing. Now,
one of a kind.
He is one of a kind, and man, I tell you, he brings an element, fan base. The fan base that he brings a great element to the GNCC. That crowd erupted whenever I introduced his name on the starting line, more so than even for, well, Walker did get a pretty good reception today. This is one of the big, I think folks are, even in West Virginia will applaud Walker Fowler's accomplishments.
Championship's over.
Yeah.
No, can't be Adam's enemy. He's
Right,
already locked up.
Exactly. You no matter how much you like another rider and want to see him beat what you've got to respect what Walker Fowler's been able to accomplish. And not saying that Walker has enemies, but I'm saying in West Virginia, more people like probably Adam McGill a little bit better than they like Walker is kind of what I'm saying. But nonetheless, I mean, I love the sport, and I love the fan, and I love the fan base that comes out, and they come from all walks of life, man. I mean, from millionaires to guys that are having it tough from day to day. You know what I mean? I mean, they do all they can to get out here in one way, shape, or form and be a part of it, whether it be a mud flea or whether it be just standing along the sidelines cheering somebody on or racing.
Yeah, I love the sense of community we have here. Like an Ironman, I guarantee everyone's going to be letting their kids run out and go camper to camper and trick or treat. Like, how many other places can you just have that confidence that it's such a great community?
Amen. And looking forward to Ironman here in a couple weeks. And I have to salute the folks here this weekend in Newburgh as we get ready, what we call, they have the Buckwheat Festival, but I think it was like a week or so ago, so we're having our own Buckwheat GNCC Festival here, and we're going to have music tonight, going to have some buckwheat cakes and sausages and different things like that to make things a little more fun, a little kind of October.
What was that, like venison? Buckwheat?
I'm not, buckwheat
sausages?
Buckwheat is a type of wheat. I mean, it's a grain.
Oh, they made sausage out of it.
No, buckwheat and sausage.
Okay, I thought you said buckwheat sausage. I thought it was like their own special kind of sausage.
Maybe they do.
I don't know.
Hey, that would be pretty cool. If not, maybe we just gave them an idea.
Yeah.
But we've got fireworks planned here tonight. When we go to Ironman in a couple of weeks, for those of you folks, there is an alternate race schedule. Youth motorcycles will be racing on Saturday night. We've got different things going on as far as race times on Sunday for the morning race. We got it split up. So check out GNCCRacing.com if you're going to be coming over for that. And the nighttime activities, Friday and Saturday night, Monster Energy Stage is going to have music on it both nights. Plus we'll have, I think DJ Judd's going to be bringing the mechanical bull.
Yes, I was just about to ask about that.
Yeah, that's a mainstay, I think. There.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody likes the mechanical bull out there. So we got a lot of great things planned for a couple weeks. And, the celebrations of this year, I mean, we can't help it. I mean, this whole year has basically been a celebration, in my opinion. And with, of course, the great ATV racing on Saturdays, it brings out, I think, a great element for the two-wheel side of things. And tomorrow, a lot of folks are going to be coming out in droves. Look at this. Baylor versus Kelly, the title fight. That's what everybody's going to be coming out for tomorrow, man. And tuning
1
in
point,
for
right?
1 point.
1 point.
We've never seen this in GNCC. Coming down to the wire like this. I think the biggest or the tightest point spread we had has been 9 points at the end of it all. That's been the closest we've had. We've had some really tight championships, but somehow or not, it's 9 points. That's been as close as they've been able to get. We're looking at the possibility of maybe somebody winning this by 1 point.
Yeah, record breaker.
Yeah, so that could be pretty cool. But, a lot's going to hinge on what happens over these next course of the next couple of days. Is that Auntie Cullinan riding his bicycle? Isn't that kind of interesting?
Yeah, out there at the quads.
Yeah, we're out there. We're talking about his rider going for a championship, and then here he comes out pedaling the course. I think that's pretty neat. But again, quick check of racing after one full lap of racing complete, I guess you could say, and a shortened lap. Fowler, McGill, Hunter Hart has taken over the third place position from Jared McClure, at least at last sighting he had. Cole Richardson followed then by Devin Feehan, John Glotta Jr., Josh Merritt in eighth. Chris Borich in 9th, and Brandon Owens again, your XC2 Pro-Am class leader now, 10th place. He around your early leader in that one. Owens, again, I keep blowing this kid's horn and have been for the last couple of seasons, and I think we're starting to see the fruits of his labor starting to pay off, and
putting it together.
Yeah.
He's young. He's putting it together.
Yeah, he is. And I think next year we're going to see something completely different out of Brandon Owens, and that's only going to give him that confidence eventually to work into the XC1 Pro class. I think a couple more years when Brandon makes that step up, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. He's going to be coming and gunning. I'm telling you. I've had the crystal balls. I've had several people tell me they've looked in their crystal balls. Brandon Owens is going to be a man to be watching out for.
He's got so much raw speed. I've done a lot of racing with him at the Wexford Series. Yeah, he's got so much raw talent. Like I was me and Bryson are in XC1. This kid's at 16 years old, keeping up with us for the first 2-3 laps. Yeah, he's around it a lot, and he's going to be something.
And it's talking about something. Here comes the 7-time something champion, Walker Fowler, and he is all by himself. So that idea of maybe trying to catch back up in the woods didn't pan out, I don't think, for
not too much bigger of a gap. Maybe a second or two. He's keeping him honest.
But look at this. Look at the gap back to third now.
Yeah, McClure back around the Hart.
Yep, so that changed up. Those guys, I bet, have been going at it intensely.
There's Cole. Cole's closing in.
Yeah, he is.
And who's that, Junior or Feehan?
I believe that was Feehan at 6, yeah. Junior should be coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah, Cole closing in on that front group, him and Feehan. Like I don't think they were that close on the previous shot.
No, well, we couldn't tell them. I mean, if we look at timing and scoring, the gap was about 7.7 seconds. So there has been a couple of seconds, I think, chipped away. That was
Junior. And there's
Chris Borich, yeah.
White helmet with the red gear.
On the yellow quad. Now his is a Suzuki. Hunter's is a Yamaha.
Yes. Yeah, Hunter's been running that yellow ever since the Cobras.
Yeah.
Still have nightmares about those things.
Yeah, man, you guys went at it. And you grew up with Hunter a lot. I mean, you guys got to race a lot together.
Yeah, he stayed summers at my house. We spent weeks with each other doing a lot of training and riding. Yeah, we have nothing but
How much younger is he than you right now?
I want to say 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, it's not much.
Yeah,
it's not much. And wow, I mean, isn't it cool to see the successes of some of your peers out there?
Yeah, so much respect for all these guys. You know, we've done a lot of racing on our own, right? But yeah, just seeing these guys having success, it's awesome to see.
Yeah, and not saying that you haven't had your successes by no stretch of the imagination. I know that you, I can't believe you do what you do, Cody Collier. You are a full-time. You have a full-time job, not just any little meaningless job. There's Walker Fowler at the 8-mile marker behind the starting line there, but you have a really good job.
Yeah, I'm a full-time union electrician in the apprenticeship and all that, and I got big plans.
Well, there's still no change there. Second, third, and fourth. Our top four still the same through the FMF PowerPoint as we check back in and watch from high above. And this is where the battle's at right here for the moment. And what we kind of want to probably see at this point, how close is Cole Richardson now in that 5th place position to this 3rd and 4th place position?
He could see him right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We should be seeing him pop into her. Man, maybe not. I thought we might catch Cole. I thought he was a little closer than that.
Too. Yeah, there's a lot of racing going on today, but the drama behind the racing is here for that number 2 spot in the championship.
Yep, and it looks like pit stops are happening right now. Walker Fowler in
and out.
And here comes the 521 of Adam McGill. There's Hart in now. McClure, his pits must have been
probably the first one.
Yeah, one of the first ones up there. I know he was. Yeah, he's number 4, so yeah, he was before Hunter Hart. So we just didn't see
him pinched him off right there. Yeah. Yeah, McClure's still in 3rd.
Yeah. Just barely, though.
Yeah. Cole was coming in there to pit, too. It made it interesting.
Well, it sounds like Mikey Wayne's down there with us. What's going on, Mikey?
Yeah, just a quick perspective. As Hunter Hart was coming into the pits there, he said, hey, you guys, we got to be quick. It's difficult to pass out there. So speaking for himself or speaking for the track conditions, whatever the case is, it's been a difficult classic GNCC, Rodney.
No doubt about that. And I love the classic feel of this GNCC itself. It's wow. I mean, I have to wonder, how do these guys race at this intensity for 2 hours on these ATVs like this? I mean, granted, I know motorcycles go 3 hours. I've ridden a motorcycle. I've ridden an ATV, and it is much more physically demanding to ride an ATV than it is a motorcycle, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I was just talking to Ryan a second ago about it. Yeah, the dirt bikes have twice the suspension travel, and their tires about an inch wide, and that's all the more you have to hit on the track, so you can pick and choose all the holes to and not to hit. The quads, you are hitting everything in a 50-inch radius, and
literally,
you just try to straddle and wheel tap stuff, but there's only so much you can do with half the suspension of a dirt bike. Yeah, it's and then having to throw the weight of the machine around and using your body weight to get to hit holes in certain ways. It's these guys are not sitting very much. It's a lot of body weight, a lot of legs, a lot of core.
Josh Merritt in and out of VP Fuels Pro Rolls. There's second place. Fowler making his way through just a moment ago through Methadal. He is fast. There was third and fourth place going through now as well. Looks like McCore's picking up the pace a little bit and closing up on.
There's Cole. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feehan right with them. Feehan and Cole putting themselves in a good spot here.
I'm telling you right now, the hot seat right now I think is for Adam McGill's number 2 spot. I know we've been watching that battle for third, but I think the hot spot's going to be the number 2 position, and I think that
throw some lappers in here. Mm-hmm. Throw some lappers in the mix. It's going to get really interesting.
Adam McGill's about ready to feel the pressure. He was applying the pressure, trying there to Walker Fowler. Even seen him try to make a pass on him there once at one point, but I think it's going to be a whole different story here in just a few moments.
Our XC2 leader on screen, sending it off that drop-off.
Man, he looks like he is just riding so effortlessly out there.
He's so smooth. Like I love his style. Yeah, he's very smooth with it. Very a lot
of body English too, you know.
Yeah, steers with the rear and just kind of lets it flow underneath him.
Yeah. Yep. You know, it takes special talents for riders, I think, to find.
Is that a 250? I think it's a Raptor 250.
Stuck in the mud.
Yeah. It's a Raptor 250 out here in the PM race. What are you doing?
Getting stuck.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah, is that it's Jeff Russell, if I'm not mistaken, down there getting ready to latch on and pull that rider out. Yeah, and our leaders will be coming through here in just a few moments. I'd say that might be why. Yeah, that is a good question. How's that going to affect what's going on through here?
You can see here on the left, just left of that the vehicle there stuck. They got another rut already right around it. They're just going to ride high in that split of the trees. Be one single lane instead of them trying to go 2-3 wide in the mud, banging off each other.
Well, so we'll see how it. See if the track there is any softer on that side. Like you said, the ruts are already there. I don't know how long this rider's been here, but that looks kind of wet leading into that section right there, too.
Oh, yeah, it was real sloppy. That's in one of the ravines. It's like one of the only sloppy spots on the track is in that ravine on this shot.
This fella certainly finding that.
He found the slot.
He did, and he almost made it. I mean, look how close he is to make it. I mean, how much of a heartbreaker has that got to be? You can see it right there. You can reach out and touch it. All right, so while they work on that, just real quick, touching base with that XC2. Brandon Owens running in 10th overall. Wyatt Wilkin, who is second, was only 7 seconds behind whenever they came through.
Here's
the
Walker on
line.
Screen now. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. There it is. The gap's not as big as I thought.
I think that's a lapper.
Yeah, it is a lap rider. There it is.
There they are. McGill and McClure. A little bit. Or is that Hart ahead of them? No, Hart's showing forward.
Yes, Hart's back there.
Sure. Yeah, McGill, McClure, and then Hart rolling up on this lapper. Yep, right out of the way. Lapper cut in between him and Hart.
Hunter's got to be just livid right now.
They got some field up here coming up, so he's not going to get pinched off.
Wow, you know, I mentioned it. I don't know if I've mentioned it. Man, the fall colors are really. I said it, but I just can't get over how beautiful this day is turning with those trees. I mean, I've watched these trees change colors today. They weren't this colorful this morning. Only means Ironman's going to be just booming here in just
Hopefully
a
it's
couple
not too cold.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. I'm going to make my prediction now. It's going to be somewhat comfortable.
We're only 2 weeks out. We're pretty comfortable here this weekend.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
They are getting snow out in Utah. I heard that on the Weather Channel, and I was like, well, I'm glad we're in West Virginia. But still not a lot going on. I mean, still running that same order. And, you know, we may be stuck in this order for a little bit. The rider right now, I think that you might be right. You pointed this out. I think the rider we should probably be watching out for is Cole Richardson, the number 3 machine back.
Him or Feehan, they're running that same pace. They both have caught. I'm not sure who's Feehan's being limited by Cole and is just happy with the pace. Can see he's making up time and just biding his time. Or, but yeah, those two seem. Oh, I thought you got caught a little bit. Got a split line here. Feehan and Cole are running about that same pace. Interesting to see how it stacks up out there. The lappers are going to have such a huge effect with the bottlenecks and how people can split timing. Be very interesting out there.
Gill still in second. Ooh, McClure trying that split line. Almost made it work there, it looked like. Hunter still back in that number 4 position. There's Cole Richardson in 5th. There. That's how close he is. That is not 7 seconds.
Yeah, they're right there. They made up the gap.
Yep, so
6-way duel here for second, or 5-way duel for second. Walker's got a little bit of a gap, but yeah, 5-way duel here for second.
That's crazy. That's what we like about the end of the season like this, though. I mean, you know, they say silly season.
Silly season.
I think this is just when everybody gets serious. Serious season. But, you know, folks are looking for rides. They're looking for new sponsors. They're looking to hang on to their sponsors or whatever the case may be. So they're trying to really show themselves here at the end of the season. And that's what we call silly season oftentimes. But right now it's just great racing season as far as I'm concerned. As Fowler's through there, second, third, and fourth. Still no change in that running order. And look, again, there is Cole Richardson. That's within about 4 or 5. That's within 4 seconds, easy, of Hunter Hart. We'll know technically when we come through the finish line here in mere moments and be able to get you. So Fowler is through. He has now almost 14 seconds on Adam McGill. Jared McClure less than a second behind Adam McGill. Hunter Hart 2.5 seconds back. 3.6 seconds back is Cole Richardson. And listen to this. 3.3 back is Devin Feehan. I hadn't caught John Glotta Jr. Jr. is right on the rear grab bar right now.
They haven't been on shot.
He's right on the rear grab bar now of Devin Feehan. So we've got some young guns that are really pushing today.
Good to see that from. Yeah, this track's got a lot of weird holes. Junior being 6'9" or whatever that man is. Yeah, no, kid. But he's his long legs are helping him out there today with all these holes.
2-lap board is out. That will be a 5-lap race technically, but again, it's not a full lap. It was only a shortened, abbreviated 7 minutes.
See, there's Junior right there.
Well, who was that just said? Who was it a second behind then?
I do not know, but there's Junior.
That was. I see what happened. That was from the lap before.
Okay.
And now he's checked in. Okay. And actually, Chris Borich has gotten around Junior. I am sorry.
No, Borich was behind him in that shot. There might be a transponder lag, but physically, Junior was ahead of Borich.
Okay. All right. So they're running about 40 seconds back then. All right. No, I looked at that all wrong. Thank you for pointing that out because I was like you. I'm like I haven't seen him right there.
Junior wasn't on shot, and I kept walking, and then there he was.
Yep. So good eye.
Here's Walker on screen now.
Josh Mayer should be checking in at the finish line here pretty soon. Glotta is in that 8th place position. And we'll get a look to see how Brandon Owens is faring out there and the rest of the XC2 Pro-Am class.
We got a good look at our gap there between Walker and McGill running second here.
You know, it said 13, just under 14. I'm going to go, it's even more than that now. I'm going to say 16 to 18 seconds probably between the first and second place position. Man, look how much different even this lap around this track is than it was. I mean, you can see some dry dust. Is that dust starting to kick up a little bit? Dry dirt, I should say, anyway.
Yeah.
That's interesting. These guys have really put this dirt through its paces today. And that, I mean, the rain that we got, it came down hard last night, so it really didn't have a chance to settle in and soak in. So that's one saving grace, I think. And then we have, even though we've had a little rain this morning, we haven't had a whole lot of rain today.
No, just some sprinkle showers here and there. Yeah, AM ran, I think, all but like half a mile of their track, maybe like a mile. Now they added that one field section, cut that off for us. But yeah, most of the track was already grooved in. They're just polishing it off and getting it nice and slick and creating some dust out of it.
Well, as we roll through this one, as we said, we're going to check in to see how things are looking. Brandon Owens now up to 9th place overall after time adjustments, so he checks in, turning a 31:59. That's only 20 seconds off the pace of Walker Fowler right now, so that's pretty impressive speeds that he's got going, and he's not even under pressure. He's just out riding right now.
Who is this?
That's Owens.
Owens? Awesome. Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Just hungry. Wants to see where he can get in that overall. Wants to make a gap. Wants to make a statement here at the end of the year. Silly season.
Silly season. Shoot. Yeah, there's 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, all on one screen. I got to obviously. Oh, look at that! Hunter Hart still using those. Squared that up. He's going to shorten some time there, I think. And Cole Richardson just trying to just lay it down, trying to send it, if you will, right now.
Yeah, he wants to get right up onto him before they get in the woods.
At this pace, it's looking like some of that real estate's closing up. Oh, we got a pass getting ready to happen.
Yeah. He was nice there. He could have drove it in.
Yeah, McClure trying to get around McGill for the 2nd place position, not able to make it happen. Showed him the wheels, though, and Adam showed him the throttle, I guess. Adam just in a little better line, grabbed a little better traction, was able to maintain the spot. But what we've got is a good setup coming up right now. I think if McClure does this right, he might be able to, through these switchbacks, set this up for the pass.
It's so tight. I want to see Hunter swing around the outside again. I think McClure might use that on McGill. He knows that line's there.
Yes, he does.
So I see that set up.
Oh, wow. Talk about that would be a great way to use a tool that was used against you.
Yeah, learn. Yeah.
So here we go. We're coming right. This is right where it happened last race.
Yeah.
Last lap, too.
McClure got real left on that. There's an edge coming out of that corner, and it wants to throw you wide. McClure got thrown wide.
Yeah, it looked like he almost upped into the quad, actually. You could see him trying to fight it back up onto the main line there.
Falling off that bridge a little bit.
And that was the one thing that our track description said, don't go off the bridge.
Yeah, there's a couple of them out there. They got some wooden bridges and some stuff to keep us out of the real deep stuff, so they did great on keeping us dry today. They're doing what they could with the conditions.
Walker Fowler just went into the woods, if you're watching on screen on the Yamaha Live.
Wow, they're closed. They have closed.
Wow, look at that. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. The gap, 12 seconds. They have closed up a little bit of that gap. It was up about 15 seconds. It's down now to 12 seconds. So they are closing up a little bit. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's something. Something to build on.
I would be interested to see how the lappers do. I think one bad lapper and Walker can either be 30 seconds ahead next time we see him, or they'll be right back on him.
Right.
That forward to about the 8-mile marker is very snowshoe-esque with like the elevation and then the rocks and how it's you're riding on all the elevation on edges and dropping in and out of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the one part of the track that we don't get to see a lot of.
No, we see none of it. Yeah, it's out in the boonies. It's a lot of real steep, real rocky.
So with that, that means there'll be a couple minutes before we'll see our leaders back on screen, and when we come back, we'll see just exactly how this battle for 2nd place is shaping up. Can Adam McGill hang on to it? Will McClure get around? Will Hunter Hart steal the show, or will Cole Richardson fire back from in that 5th place position? Stick around to find out. GNCC Live continues after this.
Rocky Mountain ATV MC, retailer, distributor, manufacturer, product developer, parts tester. This is what we do. But who we are is something much simpler. We're riders, like you. 100% employee owned and operated, a company built by riders, entirely for riders. Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready.
The directive: advance human performance beyond biological limitation.
Born of family values and a homegrown work ethic, Chematic Gaskets seals your machine so you can focus on the finish line. Chematic Gaskets are the competitive standard for racers who demand the very best. Chematic Gaskets are constructed from superior materials designed to perform in the most demanding environment, whether it's championships on the line or a day in the dirt with friends. Professionals and enthusiasts depend on Chematic. Chematic Gaskets, sealing championships since 1989.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Last season was my best season ever by far. I won a lot of races, I won a championship, and it was also my first year using ARMA. And one of the things I noticed was just my ability to string good days together. You know, like especially in the summertime in Florida where you're riding every day and the heat index is 108 degrees and you're doing 230s and going to the gym and bicycle and all that stuff. I think in the past I've been super inconsistent day to day. Yeah, I may have a good race here or a good day during the week there, but overall I think where I improved the most was my consistency in my recovery.
And welcome back to GNCC Live here from Newburgh, West Virginia for this AMSOIL Buckwheat 100 GNCC. And, of course, with that, midway point of the race, just past that, an hour and 12 minutes, 15 minutes into the race now. And, of course, a big part of GNCC is its amateurs. I mean, 95% of the riders on the racetrack or more are amateur class racers, and they make up the GNCC Racing Nation. So we're going to take an opportunity to look at some of these classes. We start with the College B 16 to 21. Trevor Furby, well, we'll come back to that one in a moment. Junior B 22-plus class with Cody Bowles leading, Shane McMillan, Eric Kroger, who got the whole shot in this one, in third, Nick May in fourth, and
Henry Moore rounding out the top 5 in that Junior B 22-plus class. As we move to the Vet B 30-plus class, Ryan Lacrone out of New Lexington, Ohio, your leader there with Tim White in second, David Kite in third. Kelby Arbogast is fourth, and Taylor Lazelle rounding out the top 5. Several Morgantown, West Virginia riders in that
Corey
Vet B 30-plus. Yeah. Scott Wilhelm out of Carmichael's PA leading Chad Judy in the number 2 spot of the Senior B 40-plus class. Dave Ashby is third. Rick Marino in fourth. Richie McCauley rounding out the top 5. Moving to the XC1 Pro, as we've seen, we got Fowler, McGill, McClure, Hunter Hart, Cole Richardson, Devin Feehan, Chris Borch, John Glotter Jr., Josh Merritt, and Greg Covert, your top 10 in the XC1 Pro class right now. XC2 is Brandon Owens. He's leading, and he is also running, I believe we said, 12th place or 9th place overall now. Wyatt Wilkin in second, Tanner Walker in third, Ben Kowalewski in that number 4 spot. He was your early leader. Yeah.
Got back going. He had a mistake, got back going running that pace. Lane McCormick leading, all right.
Yeah, so Lane McCormick making some big waves this year in the College A class, leading this one today. Alex Tiemann in second, Keaton Henderson third, Nathan Dearborn in fourth, and Cody Forrester rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, Steven Hrell there in 10th place, obviously had a mechanical. He's normally one of the top runners in that class.
Jeremy Ladon leading the Junior A class. He opened up in second with Alan Blavos in the number 2 spot now. Brad Enderall is third, Alex Elioff in fourth, and Brett Hinkey rounds out your top 5. Thomas Kuntz, I call him AJ, out of Owatonna, Pennsylvania, your leader over Big Papa P. Jeff Pickens in that Vet A 30-plus class. Brad Whitehead, who got the whole shot, is class third. Michael Lancaster, followed by Wes Kensley, rounding out the top 5. Senior A, Zach Phillips, Brian Foltz, Chris Conklin, Brian Shaw, and everybody's buddy, the Marlboro man, Todd Muscala, rounding out the top 5 here today for us.
Gonna be able to get this College B, get them their shout out.
Yeah,
give them.
Trevor Furby, there you go. You get it. Ian Burns in the number 2 spot, Jacob Fleming in third, John Ashcraft in fourth, and Cooper Stewart rounds out your top 5. See a lot of Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland names, and there's Stewart out of Georgia in this one. And there's your Junior B class, the 22-plus class we were looking at there a few moments ago. And that's your amateur rundown here in GNCC Racing. And again, there are 150-plus riders on the starting line alone today in this afternoon race, let alone the races we had earlier today. And only about 15 or so of them are actually XC1 Pros. So, yeah, and what's really cool, and I think the uniqueness of GNCC, I've always said, and I was trying to explain it, it's an everyman sport. Anybody that races or rides an ATV or motorcycle can go out and do this. And the great thing about it is there's a skill level out there for you. And if you're fast enough, you can even ride on the same track at the same exact time as the pros.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah, got a little bit of everything for everyone, no matter what you got, what your skill level is, what your experience.
Even you guys on those big old 4x4 four-wheeler utility machines.
They got classes for those and all sorts of skill levels.
And when we say 4x4 float, this ain't your daddy's 4x4, folks, I'm telling you.
Racks come off.
So checking in at the pits, everybody just kind of standing around waiting. I think pretty much doing the same thing that we're doing, just waiting and wondering what exactly is going to happen here, because these front 4, now Walker a little bit further out.
Front 6.
Yeah, that second through 6th place position. I think everyone is kind of sitting on the edge of their seats. Nobody really wanting to show the nerves, I don't think, but everybody, that guy, that gal, that dog. They're all nervous right now. And that's Adam McGill's fur baby right there. So he's nervous. There's Mama Hart. She's nervous right now. That guy right there, he don't care. He's cool.
He's chilling.
he's just chilling. Yeah, we got this, no problem. See, he's got that much confidence in Hunter's what it is. He ain't worried about it.
He'll be fine. He knows what he's doing. He'll be fine.
I love these shots of the pits like this right there. There's one of Hunter's big sponsors, Formula 88. I use some of that. That is some amazing degreaser stuff there, by the way. Just give them a little shout out. Thank you for being a supporter of some of our GNCC racers out there. We'll be seeing, I imagine, no, I'm not sure. What mile marker are the pro pits at today? Okay, yeah, so we could be seeing these guys come through. We should be seeing them in just a couple moments. There is the Walker Fowler pits, the WFR pits.
Flamingo.
Yeah, he's on vacation, dude. Season's over for him. He's just out doing his thing, having a good time. I like that one. I had the plastic ones before. They get crushed too easy.
A little sturdier.
That's new good luck charm right there. So here, talk about, let's go ahead and put this into perspective for you. We made a lot of hype out about Walker Fowler tying Bill Balance in the all-time wins record at 67. I mean, when you put it into perspective, right now Walker Fowler is looking at establishing himself solely as the rider with the second amount of wins. And when we put that into perspective, that is only 7 races. If he wins today, that puts him 7 races away from tying Chris Borich in the all-time wins record at 75.
Yeah, it's crazy you can be that dominant for that many seasons and have the program together for that many races with everyone else coming just as hard as you are. It's very impressive that you're able to put on those kind of streaks.
It is, and and talk about I think there's a lot of history going on here this weekend, and when you look at the two-wheel side of things and correlate it with what's going on the historical proportion, Walker Fowler has been a champion for 7 years, so the bigger part of a decade. Caleb Russell was the champion for 8 years, the bigger part of a decade. So what we're looking at is it's been almost a decade since we've seen a new champion in GNCC racing, and we are going to see that on the two-wheel side of things, whether it be Stu Baylor, whether it be Ben Kelly, or God forbid something really crazy happen and somebody else be able.
It's one of those two.
So we're going to have a new champion, and that's the exciting things about it. So I mean, we've got really great things. I mean, this year has been such an epic season of racing. And so much. And there's Walker Fowler. We just got word that there is a full minute nearly between first and second.
I told you it was either going to be they're right on him or 30 seconds, and you made it a minute.
What I think is very interesting, we were talking about that, and then when we noticed that Walker looked like he picked it up a gear or so, a notch or two, and you said this is the part of the track where they've already ridden. Since that point, he has been really rolling, and these guys haven't.
Don't look like a minute. Looks like a little bit of a gap, but got built up, nothing crazy. And see how they're starting to use that smoother line. That's getting so dug out and so deep, like I was talking about. They're trying the smooth line out.
Yes, they are, man. Cole Richardson is right there with those guys as they head through the 7-mile marker, the monster mile, the coal pile there. I mean, literally, for those of you that can't see here at the racetrack, Cole Richardson there is a 5-way pack of Adam McGill, Jerry McClure, Hunter Hart, Cole Richardson, and Devin Feehan back there.
Yeah, they know all the lines. Someone's going to have to get crafty to make something happen. They know all the good lines by now.
Well, Feehan, they're going to be stopping there. It looks for nothing else, for clearer vision. And that's very critical right now at this juncture of the race. You've been eating that. You've been trying to dodge the pelts of mud and things of that nature. And to get a fresh pair of goggles, man, it can bring a whole new life to your race.
Yeah, it's kind of thick out there today, too, and you go through a lot of roll-offs. He may or may not stop. He may just keep going. Those 9.2s, shout out.
They're ready for him if he needs them.
Yep.
Yeah, the 9.2 goggles.
That's why I run. I only went through 2 pair days, took one at pit, no problems. They ran beautifully for me. So.
Yeah, I know a lot of people really liking those.
Yeah, I love the fact that they are here. Tanner Walker, guy that runs XC2, him and his brother kind of got that going, and they got some partners. But it's a 9.2 crew. It's Tanner Walker's 926, and then his brother's 929, 9.2 crew.
Right.
So that's their thing. But yeah, they're here at the track. They are focused on XC racing. Making the best
and they are
can.
racers themselves, so they test the product. They know if the product's working, and they can fix it when they know what the problem is.
Yeah, like I said, I got 2 goggles today, 1 at pit, and no problems for me. So they're starting to get going.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
They're coming out all sorts of pretty colorways. Yeah, McGill and McClure on screen now.
Yeah, so they're starting to see a little bit of a
There's
not much.
There's Hart. There's Cole. There's Feehan.
Yeah, not much, but it is a little bit more breathing room there coming through that FMF PowerPoint. But when we look at it again from the drone, there's not a lot going on there as far as stretching things out.
Like I said, it's so hard to push pace on this track. It's got its holes. It limits your speed in some sections. And these guys being at the level they're at, they can see one person do something special, and they'll just be able to mimic it.
So rolling through here, we're an hour and 32 minutes into this one. Our leaders about 7.5 minutes from the completion of this next lap of racing, according to estimates I'm looking at right now as they roll through the pits.
McGill's missing his Mafia mitt.
Whenever you've been in a hard fight whenever you're missing your Mafia mitt. Now, to let you folks know at home what a Mafia mitt is, it is the McGill Mafia. It is the Mafia mitt is the brand name of the basically hand covers, the mud covers to keep the mud off your hands.
Yeah, so
you put those boots on basically and just stick your hands in.
Yeah, so normally like you just have the bark buster on your bars. There's no protection over your hands. Hunter likes his moose ears, as they call them. But yeah, a lot of us, me including today, opted to run the Mafia mitt, which just attaches to your bark buster and your hand just fits in it like a sock.
Wow.
It keeps all the mud out. No mud on your grip, no moisture, no nothing. It keeps your hands nice and dry on days like today.
Man, we got a good battle going on right here.
Yeah, that 2 through 6.
Yeah, I mean that looks like it's tightening up just a little bit there as they disappeared out of sight for just a moment. I don't know. We may be seeing a little bit of a change in the running order when we see these guys coming out next. That looked pretty aggressive going into that wood section, so we might see a pass.
They know they're coming into white flag. They're kind of getting established, getting a flow. White flag's coming up. They're going to throw everything they got at it.
They do, and they will. I can almost assure you of that as we wait for these leaders to make their way down this hillside now.
Yeah, we're looking at over a 2-hour race today.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 2-hour, 10-minute maybe.
Let's see. Lap times are, you're right. Be about 2 hours. I'm going to say somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 hours and 8 minutes or so. But yeah, it's going to be close. It could be.
And that's when the leader finishes.
Yeah.
The guy in front of him that just didn't get lapped still has another 30 minutes.
Oh, that would be a rough day for that guy.
He's looking at 240, 250.
He's going to come out, and they're going to be starting the Pee-wee race. Man, I tell you, tonight is going to be a good time for us around here. I mean, we're getting toward the end of the season, and, as serious and a silly season as everything is, there is such great atmosphere around the GNCCs right now. Everybody is just so happy and excited, even with the weather. I noticed a lot of people out visiting there last night and enjoying themselves and taking advantage of this time on the weekend to mix and mingle with the racing brethren, if you will.
Yeah, like I was talking about, like with the kids being able to go out and trick or treat. Like it's such a great atmosphere here, and everyone's got. There's no like cliques. Everyone loves everybody here.
They do, and speaking of loving, this is what I'm loving, the opportunity. We were talking about Method race wheels and Method and the contest that they have going on. I said 500. They're doing that 3 times each race. So there's 3 different winners from today's race, 3 different winners from the last race, 3 different winners that's going to be coming from Ironman as well. And then somebody's going to win $10,000. So it's a real simple thing. You take a sticker, you scan a code on the sticker thing. Here, I'll tell you exactly how you do it. Okay, you point the camera at the code, and it brings up methodracewheels.com/GNCC. You register, and then you register at the race, install the decal on your helmet, post a photo with the hashtag MRWGNCC, and that's it. Go get them, Tiger, as
so
they
it's not
say.
even a contest, just a raffle. It's that easy.
Yeah, it's just $65,000 in cash and prizes that Method Race Wheels is giving away to racers. Like we said, 3 winners each race, $500 plus wheels for your ride. Year-end bonus, 1 winner that entered each race will get $10,000.
So you could have 13 votes. Is that what that's saying? You could have 13 raffles?
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
They stack those.
Yes. So if you aren't doing it, I don't know why not. That's all I got to say. Thanks to Method Race Wheels. And that's the even cooler thing about it, because, I mean, those are really nice wheels on on your race bike or on your truck.
yeah. Love to support those who support the sport.
Yes.
And here's Walker on screen now.
Yep. Fowler going through.
Oh, is that them right there? No, lappers.
Tell me a little bit. Yeah, we got almost a minute. Tell me a little bit about this section right here that we're looking at. What is that right there?
So the right is practically a cliff. It's just very, very steep. The camera's not doing it justice. They are riding like the very edge of like this very steep hill in that bottom between. They're like in a valley, if you will.
I got you. Oh, I see this kid climbing up here in the yellow.
Yeah,
you can see
struggling up that uphill. Yeah, this runs right around the edge of it.
So, like you said, a lot of different terrain changes. Here comes our group of second-place riders now, and still looks like it's being led by Adam McGill. And no changes really in that. There's second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place. Cole Richardson still back there in that number 6 spot. I didn't see Devin Feehan.
He was 6th. Yeah.
Oh,
they're together. Yeah, Feehan was 6th.
That's right. Cole's 5th. I'm sorry. See, I'm glad you're here today because I have had several different brain fakes and you've caught it for me. I'm blaming it on the weather. That and I went to bed entirely too early last night. Nope, no passing going to take. Oh, yes. Wow, I'm sorry I got to be a race fan there for just a moment. Cole Richardson trying to stick it in on Hunter Hart for that 4th place position as we came through that little chicane right there.
Outside cut back, try to get a drive.
Yeah, he's trying it again, and then Feehan is right there. He got the front row seat to this battle that's going on ahead of him right now.
Just waiting for his turn.
Yes, he is. Hunter Hart, I think what's going to happen, this is going to strike a pace in Hunter Hart now, and he's going to inch up, in my opinion, up onto Jared McClure. So McClure's going to be in a hot seat. Ultimately, what that's going to end up is that Adam McGill is going to be really under pressure here in about 3/4 of a mile or so. This is only going to get worse for Adam McGill, and this is where your defensive riding comes into play, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just going to put in his laps. I think he's figured out where the lines are to pass, and someone's going to have to sneak something in there on him. He's just riding his laps and riding a wide bike. Knows he's got good pace. Keep it rolling.
Yeah, he's got a great pace. I mean, even though I said that, I mean, man, the pace, obviously, he's had it. He was up there with Walker early in the race trying to make the pass on him. We saw that happening.
Yeah, Walker's he's just insane. He's another level of speed, man.
There goes McGill through now. Here comes
Hart, McClure.
Yeah, Hart, McClure. He got around. So see, that's what I told you. That little push by Cole is going to fire up Hunter Hart.
Got him relit, got him re-hyped up.
So there you go, coming in at the finish line now. Here comes Walker Fowler in 1 lap away from a historic win number 68 in the Checkers here in Newburgh, West Virginia. Can Walker Fowler hold on to it for 1 more lap and establish himself as the number 2 guy in the all-time wins GNCC ATV category?
Yeah, he didn't check in until almost 140 on the dot and going into the last lap. So
at 30
minutes.
Long day. Yeah, you're right. I think you could be right. 30 minutes, 36 seconds. So you're right. It is going to be a little over 2 hours and 10 minutes.
With Cole all over McClure.
And I thought that Adam was going to be in the hot seat, but it's McClure that is feeling the pressure right now, I think. Look at this. Man, from one side of that racetrack to the other, he right into the finish line, barrels basically. Cole Richardson is trying to make the pass on these guys. He wasn't slowing down any just because they were coming into the finish line. So second, third, fourth, and fifth place positions now making things happen. Actually,
and 6.
Yeah, and 6. So, again, I think Adam might have got a little bit of breathing room there with that little battle going on, McClure and Hart and Richardson now, and Devin Feehan obviously sitting back watching it. There they go. Going by us again. Or some of the fast guys are there.
That was
Fowler, McGill. Fowler's got a 41-second lead officially now. McGill had 4 seconds over Hunter Hart. Jared McClure was 5 seconds back. Another 5 seconds back was Cole Richardson. But I think since we've seen them, we recognize that it's a little tighter than that. Devin Feehan was only a second, 2 behind Cole Richardson. So with that being said, this is going to be a long lap for those 5 riders, I think, that are doing battle. Walker Fowler, that was Walker we just saw going up all by himself in that 40-plus second lead that he enjoys here.
Yeah, barring a bottleneck, he looks like he's got that win over balance.
And with the looks of this course, the way it's shaping up, I don't believe. I mean, there, like you said, there's that one ravine and things like that that's kind of low lying, but I don't think the way the track is shaping up, I don't think that we'll likely see that happen.
There's McGill on screen right now.
Yeah, Adam McGill by himself. Now remember, small gap. We saw this after that battle started shaping up. Now Hunter Hart is up to 3rd. This could start to tighten back up for the 521. But look what's going on behind Hart right now.
Cole is just all over him. Just outside, inside, trying to find some traction. Well, these fields are a great spot for it if McClure just slips on a drive a little bit and Cole's able to hook.
McClure is holding his own, no doubt about that, as they dip into that little tree section and back out and
jump the road. It's got a little kicker on it.
Now keep an eye right here. This is I feel something coming right here, and I think I see something trying to come into fruition, but don't know that it's going to be able to. Not this time. But, you know, interestingly, we've watched Cole. He's been doing that. I mean, he's been showing wheels. He's been trying to go inside. He's been trying to go outside on these guys. So, basically, right now, he probably
got the pace.
He does.
If he's able to do that every single corner and still be right there.
Yeah, if he can keep that going, he might force these guys into mistake because they're going to feel him and they're going to be trying to defend him because they know he's there. So they're going to take that extra step of precaution, so to speak, which might cost him.
Riding too defensive and leaving a door open.
Right,
so it's a fine line at this level.
It is. And again, we are on lap number 5, our final lap of racing, an hour and 44 minutes into this race. We are 26 minutes out from expecting to see Walker Fowler checking in for the checker flag and win 68 to take over the number 2 spot in all-time wins in ATV racing. Still waiting there at the finish line. No, we're not. There is Brandon Owens in, so we update the timing and scoring. Brandon Owens is in. He is still 9th place overall, and he still has the lead over Josh Merritt in the overall standing. So Owens still in 9th place overall, still leading the XC2 Pro-Am class. Wyatt Wilkin, we wait on he and Tanner Walker, the 926, who was running in the 3rd place position at the end of lap 3. Top amateurs, if we take a look at that right now, our top amateur comes from the College A class right now. Lane McCormick, the 512, running 20th place overall. Alex Tiemann, the 421 in 21st overall, 2nd in class. And then College A 3rd place is Keaton Henderson, the 415 from Wattsburg, Pennsylvania. He's 22nd overall and was 3rd in the College A class. He was running about 50 seconds behind. But here's the exciting thing. Michael and Tiemann, 0.662 was separating those 2 riders when they came through the finish line. Yeah, that's a tight battle going on for the lead in that class. What happened?
Yeah.
Hunter Hart, I looked back from the computer and I saw Hunter Hart. What happened there?
He just looped out. He went to, we'll go, just looked like he grabbed a handful of throttle and just got sideways and looped out the other way.
Wow.
He got a little bit of a breather. No, you didn't lose any positions there, I don't believe.
Well, that brings me to a pretty good point. Have you seen the 2021 biggest ATV and motorcycle fails of 2021? It's on YouTube. I'm watching
one version of it or another. I'm sure.
Did you see the one that had Hunter Hart in it? They have got several different shots of Hunter Hart out there. There's the 8-mile marker, and here's our specialized rapid replay. But Hunter Hart's got a lot of little spoofs that we never see. Look at that. Wow.
That left hand, it's so slick. It's sneakily slick if you just pass that point of apex that you're trying to hang to, or it just looped out on him. And he had enough of a gap to not lose any position. Just got to regroup and get back to her to get to the gill.
Well, I tell you what, the excitement abounds here in Newburgh, West Virginia for the Buckwheat 100, and the question still remains, who's going to come out in that second place position? Looks like Walker Fowler might have this one locked up, but man, the battle for seconds, keeping us on the edge of our seats. Stick around to find out how it all pans out. GNCC Live continues after this.
Even when you're the best, you never stop striving to be better. With over 40 years of experience in motorcycle sales and service, we know racing. Our inventory of Yamaha motorcycles, sport bikes, dirt bikes, ATVs, and side-by-sides is extensive and constantly changing. Stop by LoJack Cycle Sales today in Tarentum, Pennsylvania, and visit our online inventory at www.lojacks.com. Yamaha YZs. It's why we ride.
Hi, my name is Andrea Lee, the director of On Track School. How would you like to go to a school where we take into consideration how students learn best? Well, we do that because we find if we can build the curriculum around the things you are interested in, you're going to do a better job. The mission at On Track School is that educational success is possible while chasing your dreams. Not only will our staff help students to achieve success, they will cheer you on to the finish line. We encourage you to check out On Track School at ontrackschool.com, where we can help you chase your dreams and still get a quality education.
We are American motorcyclists. We are members of the American Motorcyclist Association. Racers, fans, and crew. We come together for this sport we love, to race together, to grow together. We start young, and not so young. We race motorcycles and ATVs. We become friends. We become family. We compete for weekend bragging rights and national championships. We make memories on the toughest off-road courses in the country and on the best motocross tracks in the world. Some of us aspire to the speed and poise of road racing or the fierce competitiveness of American flat track, and we honor our greatest champions in the AMA Motorcycle Hall of Fame. Through it all, we cheer, we win, and we lose. We are racing. We are the AMA. Race with us. Be part of the greatest sport in the world. Be an American motorcyclist. Join us today at www.amajoin.com/join-now.
Brown's RV Superstore is family-owned and operated and stake their reputation on offering you the finest RVs available in their McBee, South Carolina RV dealership. Brown's RV Superstore carries motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers, and keep a huge inventory of new and used RVs in stock for you to choose from. They offer top dollar for your RV trade-in and help you get the RV financing you need. As a part of the GNCC family, Brown's RV Superstore, in partnership with Vengeance Toy Haulers, offers sponsorship packages for every level of racer with discounts and continued savings on your new toy hauler. Brown's RV Superstore has dedicated themselves to complete customer satisfaction, specializing in providing a positive start to your RV adventure. They look forward to customers coming back to share their tales from the road. Call Brown's RV Superstore today at 877-805-3658 or visit their website at brownsrvsuperstore.com, where family fun begins. Welcome back to GNCC Live on RacerTV.com. Rodney Tomlin along with Cody Collier. Mikey Wayne's out and about today as we come to you from the Amsoil Buckwheat 100 in Newburgh, West Virginia. Our penultimate round, the next to the last round of GNCC racing. But if you look back a year ago, remember this was our last race of the 2020 season because of all the schedule changes and all. And look back to 2020 in the final round of GNCC then and there. Broke down a little bit like this. Remember, of course, a little drier here last year, and Josh Merritt got off to or actually that was the 11 that got off to the good.
That was Josh Merritt last year.
He was 11. I was going to say it looked like Josh, and then I couldn't remember. But anyway, so Josh getting off to a good start out there as we saw him do it. But again, you know, as always in GNCC, Cody, the cream and any type of racing eventually rises to the top as things get sorted out. They were very closely knit together. Obviously, a little later in the season, there weren't many leaves on the trees at all, and it was drier and dustier. And that was a time when Bryson Neal was still healthy and still on a tear and still a major thorn in the side for the number one of Walker Fowler. And he was just exactly that last year, but wasn't the only one. I believe that number 4, if I'm not mistaken, was last year, Cole Richardson. And with that, we got to see a lot of really cool things, I think, throughout the course of the day of racing. And being the last race, again, silly season, nothing left to gain and nothing left to lose for a lot of these riders. It was a lot to just put an explanation on the season for Bryson Neal as he took the big win there. And it left a good taste in his mouth, and it certainly made for exciting
Yeah, that board trying to slide in there on whoever that other rider was. I wasn't here last year without with an injury, but looked like a lot of exciting racing as is here again today.
Yeah, I love the trophies from last year. Jerry McClure finishing in the number 3 spot, if I'm not mistaken, last year. Or did he get 2? Did you say 2?
2. I see his flag.
Yeah. I was trying to go off of memory. So there we go again. My brain fade's getting me again. So, Cody, you may get a new partner next round the way things are working out for me today, man. Having a rough way to go.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Love being here.
Well, I'm glad that you are here. Believe me, even more so than I probably would have been, because, like I say, you've caught a lot today, man. Good eyes out there. What is that stack of coal rocks right there? Is that just somebody?
I did not notice that during my race. Did not see that little rock pile.
Landmark. Go this way.
Yeah, see how deep it's getting.
Yeah.
It just peaks so bad. Just everyone getting on the throttle in the deeps and just digging it out deeper and deeper every lap.
Yeah, and even the smoother line is getting a little deeper. At least that first mogul is pretty big right there.
Oh, yeah.
But funny how that developed into like basically a whoop section after last year's racing, though. I guess it probably has a lot of the same consistencies with the throttling through it as sand would, only bigger chunks of sand.
Bigger chunks, yeah. It's still really soft and grainy, but it was a little smoother this year than last year. Just it has gaps between the peaks, so it wasn't peaked the whole way. You could like double and then hit a flat spot and get a run into the next one, but it got dug out so bad during my race. These guys never really had a great chance to see what they could do on it.
Here comes some lapped riders through as we wait for our leaders to check in with us now. And here we go. These are the types of things, we've said it before, you get a bunch of riders like this, and this is the situation that could create changes in the face of the race. However, knowing the gap that Walker Fowler has right now, unless something really ill takes place, it's going to be hard to bridge that 57-second gap now.
Yeah, he's just doing what he needs to do, doing what he's done for 7 years.
You raced against him yourself in the XC1 Pro class, Cody Collier. How frustrating does it have to be to know that who you want to beat, and you think that you've got it dialed in, and then go line up, and you still need a little bit more?
It's track to track. Certain people have certain riding styles that just suit better to different styles of tracks, and the dirt compounds and just the moisture content of the soil some days can make a different race. But you kind of get a feel for where you're at, and if you knew you threw everything you had at it for 2 hours, and your best that day was an 8th, and your best that day was an 8th, if you have any room for doubt that wasn't your best day because you held yourself back and you weren't giving it your all, then that's another story. But at this level, like Junior out here today, running 8th place behind Borch, I know he's giving it his all, and you can't be upset with yourself. He was just an 8th place guy today. Everyone else just put it together. It's so tight out there.
This style of track, how much different is it as opposed to, I don't want to say traditional but what a lot of the tracks are like on the schedule today? What's the differences here?
This track is a lot, most of the GNCCs are more focused towards like the flowiness and like just carrying speed. This one had a lot of really abrupt turns and choppy with the elevation. They had to just fit us through these ravines, and it was just really tight and technical, and I absolutely love it. The gnarlier the better for me, but GNCC's trend has been to be more of a flowy track, but not a lot of tracks on the circuit like this one. And here's Walker on screen now.
There you go. So Walker making his way into the Mulster Mile now, and
doubling on through it.
Just a leisure Saturday afternoon ride through the woods. It wasn't like this an hour or so ago, but a lot of things happened in an hour's worth of time, and one of them was that Walker Fowler just finally grabbed that throttle and said, okay, boys, I'm tired of playing, and he left those kids on the playground by themselves, I guess you could say. They're going at it. They have certainly given us a show. That second through 6th place position, 5 riders deep, with McGill, Hart, McClure, Richardson, and Devin Feehan. By the way, Borch up to 7th, Glotta in 8th, Brandon Owens 9th overall, Josh Merritt 10th overall, and 10th in the XC1 class, Greg Cobert. By the way, Wyatt Wilkin is 11th overall, 2nd in the XC2 Pro-Am class.
That's awesome. Yeah, that gap.
the gap between first and second place was a minute and wait a minute, 37.2 seconds. Sorry.
That's great. That's good riding. Oh, is that Hunter in second?
Oh, I believe it is.
I think that's Hunter Hart in second place.
It most certainly is. So Hunter Hart has taken over the number 2 position as he puts himself into a great spot as far as maintaining control of the number 2 plate heading into the final round.
Yeah, so it was Hart, McGill, McClure, and then Cole and Devin still right there. So that 4 through 6 is still the same, but we do have Hart getting around McGill here on the last lap.
A little over 2 hours. We are 8.5 minutes now out of completion of this race, and we will be probably closer to the 2-hour 11-minute mark, and then even 2-hour 10-minute mark.
Yeah, just passing the 7-mile marker at the 2-minute mark for Walker, or 2-hour mark, sorry.
Yeah, so we're now 2 hours and 2 minutes in, and you know, tradition. A lot of times we say, you know, the extra laps and stuff play mind games. I don't think the short lap really affected them so much in this one.
Walker just went by on screen. Just too quick for these cameras today. He's flying.
I was talking to Dylan Adkins, our drone operator today. He says Walker's opened up such a lead that it's hard for him to catch the other pack of riders now before he has to fly to his next shot.
Yeah, for sure. He's flying out there today.
Well, waiting still on second place position, Hunter Hart, followed by Adam McGill in the number 3 spot. It was McClure, and again, back in the number 5 spot was Cole Richardson, followed closely by Devin Feehan. We'll see if there's going to be any changes there. Now's the time to make changes. These switchbacks through these trees, you got to put yourself in position. We do have, I think, a couple of field sections still to come as well. So this could get interesting over the next 3 miles or so, I guess.
Like the 4 to like the 7 or 8 is real technical, and then it's kind of open. Other than that, but a lot of it's kind of single line. But some lines have been developed, and they've been able to cut some insides.
Hart and McGill through. There's McClure right behind him as well.
I think that's Cole.
Was that? It was Cole.
Cole.
You're right. That is Cole with the white helmet. I see that.
I think that's Feehan.
And it is.
I think we have lost McClure.
Yeah. Yes. Where is McClure? I was going to say I don't see that Honda out there. That is 4 Yamahas that we are at least
3 Yamahas.
3 Yamahas and a Honda. Yeah. Well, sometimes
Yeah, that's why I thought I was seeing too. But yeah, so it looks like they caught him about 20, 30 seconds back off this pack, made a mistake, hit a tree or something, and had to get back going. But
wow,
yeah.
Challenge being remounted for second place. McGill is hungry today, folks. Trying to put that Honda power plant to work out here today as they head around up Pro Row. Look at this. McGill is on the throttle right now.
Try to square him up. Hunter's going real wide, trying to find traction, trying to stay out of this slick stuff.
Yeah, keeping that.
Oh, I think Hunter had to cut back too hard on exit in Pro Row.
Look at this. Oh, it's side by side. Hunter's got the inside line.
Not going to give it to him. I think Hunter's got to get
this next line, this next inside. Nope. Wow, man, Hunter is doing a great job.
Wow.
Of defending this. Nope, it's going to be McGill. McGill's going to take it. Man, he was able to make that stick. I thought there for a moment that the Hunter was going to drive back on him and take it back away. Look at this. Here comes Cole Richardson now. He's all over the place here at the 8-mile marker. Feehan nearly getting by him there. Wow, this is really heating up for second place right now.
Very awesome battle watch. Awesome shots here.
Man, I tell you, it's been worth sitting here for 2 hours waiting on this right here. There's no doubt about this. These are the moments that we wait for in GNCC racing. To see them coming down to the wire like this after over 2 hours of racing intensely to get to this point. Each rider wanting to take the win. Well, Walker Fowler's established that, but they all know that number 2 spot is open, and they all want that spot now, and they're all gunning for it now as they head toward Method Alley one more time here at mile marker number 10. That got me back on my feet there, Cody. I tell you, this is really Getting exciting. These are the days. Like I said, this was worth the over 2-hour wait to come to this point right here to see what happens for this bid for second place as they come through the finish line in just a few more moments. According to timing and scoring, we are less than 5 minutes out before we will see Walker Fowler checking in. Then another minute, 45 seconds or so back, that battle for second.
McGill still holding second, it looks like. Hart, Richardson, Feehan.
So everyone's still right there together, at least those 4 are now.
Yeah, it looks like Walker was they were probably busy watching the other battle. Walker came through this section with his lead.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to worry so much about that. We're focusing on this race for second place right now, and this is where a lot of folks, a lot of weight is carried. Walker Fowler on his way to history, win number 68. Making him far and away clearly the second in all-time wins of ATV racing and GNCC. But the nail-biting battle that is keeping us on the edge of our seat here today is that battle for second place. McGill, Hart, McClure, Richardson, and Feehan all right there together.
It's tough on points from McClure, too, after that mistake.
Yeah.
Dropped a couple of spots in that race from number 2.
This right here might secure Hunter pretty much for that second place overall position.
It helps.
It sure will. At 21-point lead, it might. It'd be
21 coming into this race.
Coming into this race.
He's going to gain almost 10 points here. Or, probably like 7 points.
So basically what it would boil down to, McClure will end up having to take first or second, and then Hart not even race or get points at the last race for him to take second, the way I've got it figured right now. So we are pretty much securing that number 2 position with this finish here today, especially if it stays like it is with Hunter Hart still ahead of Jared McClure. Now, if McClure comes out ahead of Hunter Hart, there's still some fight and some hope alive.
Yeah, just too close to the finish here, and out of time after that mistake. Need another lap to close back in on him, but see if Hunter can get McGill here for second. He seemed to want it.
2 minutes, 16
here's Walker
seconds.
On screen now, it looks like.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 16 seconds before we expect to see Walker crossing that finish line as we see him make his way out of that wooded section anyway, and on his way home. He is less than a mile from Checkers as we saw him going by the fence line there for just a moment. Our drone operator waiting on this battle for the second place position to see how this one is all going to unfold. As we said, Walker Fowler on his way to history and win number 68, but this right here is the battle basically for second place. Can Hunter Hart secure the number 2 spot here today, or will Jared McClure make the pass on him and make it that much tougher?
Looks like there's...
If that was them.
That's still lappers. I thought I see him through the trees. Looks like they closed in real quick.
Yeah, those guys are running in slow motion compared to what we're going to see here in just a moment, Cody. Although it looked like going through on that backside of the tree line, that might have been them.
Yeah, it looked like someone closed in real hard, and I thought it was them closing in on a lapper. I thought the front rider was a lapper, but got some smoke coming from the trees right now.
Ooh.
Oh,
somebody stuck. This could definitely change the face.
That's red helmet. That looks like Hunter Hart.
That is Hunter Hart.
Looks like Hunter Hart.
That is our second, third, and fourth place and fifth place positions.
Sixth place. That's all of them. Oh no! What happened here?
That is Cole Richardson back there behind.
And McClure's going to get all of them.
McClure is stuck in the mud, but he's going to get through.
He's going to get all of them. McClure is going. Oh, that helped McClure get out though. McClure is going to end up third. Are you kidding me?
Wow. Wow, what a change in the face of this race. I cannot wait to hear the story of how this one unfolds. I believe, was that Hart that got out?
Hart got out. I don't know if anyone
was that Feehan that came through on the outside?
I don't think so. That was McClure. That was McClure. That's what I'm saying. McClure's third now, unless someone else slipped through that I didn't see. I think everyone else is still in that bottleneck.
Yeah, I thought that might have been Feehan, but all right, we'll see when we get to the finish line here. Look at this, man. I tell you, regardless, what a turn of events here in the closing moments as Hunter Hart now is trucking toward the finish line, and a little bit of a breathing room, but it took a real moment there to give him this.
And you know that they're both out of breath, breathing hard, having to exert all that energy off the bike to move those 250-pound machines and get through that mud and get them straightened back out. That takes a lot out of you, too.
Wow, that was crazy. Walker Fowler on his way into the finish line. It is win number 68 as the WFR and 7-time GNCC champion clicks off yet another win here in GNCC. And look at that, a big donut at the end of it. Celebrations for Walker Fowler. Again, win 68, and you can't deny Walker Fowler, one of the best, no doubt about it, as he shakes hands there with his comrade and confidant, Mark Notman, his mechanic. And there goes the battles. Yeah, McGill's.
I'm not sure if they got out ahead of Hunter or if that's behind them.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So we're going to get the tail of the tape. So we're getting reports now that McGill might have actually been ahead of Hunter. So that might have been third, fourth that we were watching.
Second and third right there with McGill and Cole.
Okay.
So maybe we got Hart and McClure for fourth and fifth.
Okay, that could make some sense then. Let's see what happens here as we come across the finish line here in just a moment. Yeah, what a crazy turn of events there for just a moment. And again, yeah, I think that it is McGill. And it is McGill. And Adam McGill. He's going to give. Nope.
No, he cut down. He blocked that inside.
Wow, what a ride. Put your hands together, West Virginia, for Adam McGill as he makes it happen. Cole Richardson coming out in that number 3 position. And wow, Hunter Hart, what a heartbreaker for him there, as he will finish. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to put him, maybe 4th or 5th, but wow, what a change of events there for him. It is still McClure and Hart. That was the battle for 4th and 5th.
I don't believe Sheehan got out ahead of him, and I haven't seen him on screen yet.
And there they come. So there is Hunter Hart. I thought he was 2nd, but this is 4th. So we missed McGill and Richardson getting out of that mud hole. And here it is. So this might do it. It could very well, but regardless, gives him a lot of momentum heading in to the final round. So Hunter Hart will hold on to a 4th place position. Jerry McClure in 5th place, nose to tail. Again, that's the battle for the number 2 plate. But that guy right there, man of the hour, man, West Virginia's own Adam McGill taking 2nd place position. It may not be a win, but it feels like a win right now. So Walker Fowler going over to congratulate him. I'm sure they're talking about that first lap, that pressure that he was applying to him there on that first lap of racing. And wow, just good to see the Gator come to life again here in the hills of West Virginia.
I love the speed from Cole that race.
Yes.
I love the speed from Cole coming through the pack, catching these guys, and all over McGill at the finish.
Well, I tell you, Cole looks a little more professional this week, too. He's got the beard shaved off. He's got the haircut, maybe slimmed down a couple of pounds. I said
he needed that traction.
Yeah, he needed the traction. But I was saying something at the last race about he was a little bigger than the rest of the guys, and man, I tell you, yeah, it pays off today. But now looking good. Got the haircut, got the beard shaved down, trimmed up. But you know what looks even better is the fact that man, the race that these guys put on. I tell you, I wish they all could win. I mean, they've all put that kind of effort in, and it's hard to see. But, man, what a show we have from a spectator standpoint. And again, here today, that battle for 2nd place after Walker kind of stretched thing out. I mean, wow, how often do you see 5 guys running nose to tail right down to within 2 miles of the finish line?
Yeah, very exciting. Awesome to see all them guys riding at that same level for 2 hours, to be right there at the end. Minus that mud hole incident there, the 10 or whatever. To run that pace at that level and be like, this is everything we got. And for other people to be at that same exact peak, it's awesome racing to watch.
Well, Walker Fowler does it. He is now your 2nd place holder in the all-time wins record of GNCC ATV racing with win number 68. And, of course, we'll head down to talk to our 7-time GNCC champion with Mikey Waynes.
Thanks, Rodney. Yeah, down here, Walker Fowler. Hey, now you sit alone in that number 2 spot with win number 68.
I think tied with Barry now, combined wins, dirt bike and 4-wheeler alone. I'm by myself with ATV, but That's what I was thinking all race, man. It was like I haven't got a whole shot and won 2 races back to back since I went almost undefeated in 2017, and that's 8 or 9 straight laps. So I love it. I still got it, and man, it's days like today. I had fun. I mean, I had more fun than anybody. I mean, I rode with a lot of pressure there until we pitted, and I finally was able to start getting away, but. Man, when I'm riding good and when I'm having fun, this WFR GBC Fly Racing Yamaha is just absolutely incredible. Being our tuned suspension, oh my gosh, we've been working our tails off, getting the setup closer and closer and closer to right, and oh my God, this thing is just absolutely on rails. So I'm glad that we got that figured out. These last 2 races were basically intended to be practice for next year. I know that Bryson's coming back healthy. I know that, Hunter's got a taste of, second place and for points and a win under his belt this year. He's going to be tough. Obviously, Feehan's had some good races, and old Mr. Adam McGill's still hanging in there, so you can't count out the Gator. Jared McClure. I mean, there's just 7, 8 guys right now that are capable of running up front, and we saw that today even. So it's good to get a whole shot. It's good to run up front. It's good to get another win, and I'm just excited to be healthy. I missed this race last year. Thank you so much to the Jennings family. I know them pretty well, and just appreciate them letting us come tear their property up. This place was awesome. I had so much fun.
There you go. Win number 68. There he is, Walker Fowler.
Congratulations. And yes, like Walker pointed out there just a moment ago, Barry Hawk has 68 combined ATV and motorcycle wins. And with that being said, still pretty good company to be in no matter how you look at it. But out and out, Walker has 68 of all his on an ATV. So pretty impressive stuff. And I'll point out this fact right here. Barry Hawk, a 7-time GNCC champion, didn't get as many ATV wins as what Walker Fowler got in that 7 championships. So, Walker, that's something you can toot your horn about, no doubt about that. As we'll be heading down to our second-place position finisher, Adam McGill, who is standing by once again with Mikey Waynes.
Ride all the way up on the bottom.
I'm scared to take it. Rodney, I'm scared to turn the mic on.
I know.
Hey, Adam McGill, man, we were talking off camera. You said the old man still got it. This is one for the old guys. And we can see the gray in the beard. You did it for the old guys today.
For sure, man. We had a good start and rode there all day, and I wasn't sure if we was going to be able to make it happen there at the end, but we got into a bottleneck and wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get around Hunter. Hunter ended up passing me. Give me that. Hunter ended up passing me, and man, we battled back and forth here in this field. I got to commend him. He run me hard, and he got into me a little bit, but it was never to the point to where I thought we was going to end up on our lids, man. But hats off to him for running me clean. But holy shit, this feels good, baby.
And I'll add, I know it's not snowshoe, but you did it at snowshoe. You podiumed at snowshoe. Excuse me. Another podium here in your home state. That's got to feel pretty good. Nothing like Adam McGill on the box in West Virginia.
Yeah, I know. It's just. I don't know what it is. Like when we come closer to home, I think it's more old school tracks, stuff I'm used to, growing up with and riding on. And I just think tracks like this suit me just a little bit better. And at the end of the day, everybody here likes to drink Crown and raise a little hell, and so don't the Gator.
There you go. Adam McGill setting the bar for the GNCC fans out there. Back to you, Rodney.
All right, thanks a lot. And congratulations again to the Gator. And I just think it's funny that he's from West Virginia and we call him the Gator. So anyway, Mikey Waynes is going to be searching out our third-place position finisher. And I got to tell you, man, what a very calculated ride today by Cole Richardson. It'll be interesting to note how this one all panned out there at the closing moments, because it got very exciting. There's no doubt about that. As we head down with Mikey Waynes and now Cole Richardson.
Thanks, guys. Cole, incredible race today. That battle between you and McGill and Hunter Hart, and it seemed like the entire XC1 pack. You come in today third on the day.
Yeah, I felt really good. I wish we could have got off to a better start there. We had a decent start. We got into the woods, and Devin made a mistake, and I slid into the tree behind him. We kind of got bunched up there the first lap and dropped back, and just one of those tracks. It was kind of similar to Ironman, a lot of field, really fast, but except these woods didn't have many lines. So you really had to get creative out there. I wouldn't want to get second to anybody other than Adam. You know, we had a good battle there, but we sitting there 4th and 5th all day, and just the track was just slick and fast enough that you could only slowly pick away. You couldn't make up big time, you know, right away. So we just slowly, it was just, you know, clicking off time, got in that massive battle there, and got worried there for a second, but I had a line there that we biked yesterday, and nobody found it. Tried it the second to last lap on Hunter and actually didn't get him, and he went from 2nd to 3rd, and I was sitting 4th right over here at the 8, and I was like, oh man, he's going to remember, but I could tell he looked like he's getting a little sleepy on the quad, and he missed it. We took it, ended up getting in 3rd, and almost had Adam twice. He's playing bumper cars there coming through the field, but we're taking 3rd. I'm just happy to be on the podium, and this is where we should be.
It's where you should be. Couldn't have said it better myself, man. Congratulations to Cole Richardson taking 3rd place here today.
Wow, what a day. And yes, very big congratulations to Cole Richardson and his big 3rd place position finish. And it was exciting, to say the least. And again, what a day there. Hunter Hart checking in the 4th place position. Jared McClure in 5th. They are battling for the number 2 plate. Devin Feehan in at number 6 spot. Chris Borich coming across the line in the 7th place position as we check our leaderboard now. John Glotta Jr. is looking at 8th place. Josh Merritt 9th place, and 10th place overall, Brandon Owens out of Walker, West Virginia. Another West Virginia native. He was your XC2 Pro-Am class winner, and he got 10th overall. Wyatt Wilkin, 2nd in that class, 11th overall. By the way, Austin Abney took 10th in the Pro class and 12th overall. Tanner Walker was your 3rd XC2 Pro-Am rider at 15th overall here today, it looks like. As that pretty much wraps things up as far as the Buckwheat 100 GNCC on this Saturday. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow in action with the bid for the championship. 1 point separates Stu Baylor and Ben Kelly. You're going to want to be around for that one. Airtime tomorrow right around 1 o'clock. For all of us here at Racer TV, I'm Rodney Tomlin. Have a great day, everybody.